Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Sorry, there we are. Hi, everybody. Sorry to keep you waiting. We were talking backstage about a couple of things and getting our ducks in a row. Welcome to Tendril Thursdays here. I got my Cody Brown tendrils. I'm sporting them tonight for the show. How's everyone doing tonight? How are you doing, Meri and Eddie?
Pretty good. Eddie, you're muted still.
Great.
Doing good.
Good to hear.
Oops.
I know a lot of people were asking about the Housewives Live we did last night. That's up. So if you want to watch, that was a 3.5 hour epic live. It's up right now. In case you missed it, we really go deep into being Italian. And, Jersey is like, the Italian franchise. And we had a great time last night. So if you're wondering about that, it's up on my channel. I just made it public. What else do we have going on? I know I have a live schedule for tomorrow night about 90 Day, but I think I'm going to move that to Saturday. Addie, Maria?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So, and then I think on Saturday, we're going to have like the whole team together. And we're going to see that Bravo and TLC together. Whoa! East meets West. What else do I have going on? If you're not a member and you would like to be one, please hit the join button next to the subscribe button on my page. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. By the way, if you do want to join and become a member, do it from if you have an iPhone. Do it from like Google Chrome. Don't do it from Safari or your iPhone. They're going to charge you more money. So with that being, anything else old news wise, like that I need to bring up?
I can't think of anything.
I know the other way was not on this week, so we didn't do our 90 Day recap. That'll be on, but we have like obviously there's like a lot of 90 Day news that's going on with Olivia and Molly, Colt and Vanessa. A lot of stuff going on there. So we're going to cover that instead of tomorrow, I believe, on Saturday. So, yes. And the dioramas. So I hope that everybody has their dioramas ready. I know Susie B already sent me hers.
I do.
I did not do one. I'm that evil.
Oh, Addie, F minus.
I am that student.
When we get to the right scene, I'll bust mine out. So.
Let me say hi to everybody, and then we're going to start the show. Hello, Jennifer, Ruth Ann, Karen. Let's see, Tracy Pinelli. Oh, Tracy, you're new. Nice to see you. Maria, Becky S, Ruth Ann, Mel B, Teddy Mellencamp, one of our beautiful Housewives panelists from last night. Not that Teddy Mellencamp. But Teddy Mellencamp adjacent. She's taking time off her busy schedule of being a Beverly Hills podcaster with Tamara. So grateful to have her with us. Becky S, hello, perfectly imperfect. Jennifer, like, oh my God, Teddy Mellencamp's in Johnny H chat. Look at this.
Hi, Mel B. Hi, Susie B.
Susie B, Michelle, hello. Hi,
Ellie.
Brooklyn, another one of my fabulous Housewives panelists. Christina B.
Hi, Barbie.
Not my real name, Barbie. Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Wendy H. Darnell.
Jewel, hello.
Hi, Jewel. Becky S.
And hello to J Freak. Every time.
J Freak. All right, so I think we're caught up.
Christina, hello.
Christina. So there's a lot to cover. Let's get into it. I'm going to start the other intro, and then we'll begin.
That one on.
He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside.
Pull that one on.
Okay, whoever. All right. Who's Karen? Can you which account? Everybody send me your dioramas to like my John Yates 327 account.
Okay.
Send them there. That way I could pull them up. I'm looking at Susie B's right now. So Susie, I got you. I want to make sure everybody has their dioramas.
Oh, I'm excited about these dioramas.
I
Like,
felt like a horrible student. I
who
couldn't.
knew homework was so much fun, right? So I guess how we should start the show tonight is by saying that I'm amazing and I confirmed the proper man last week. And you're welcome.
Of course you did. Yeah, I had no doubt that you were correct. You don't put stuff out there until you know it, and then you knew it, and you still weren't going to put it out there. You're like, let's just let Christina and let's let Christine enjoy this for a little while, which is the right thing to do. But not everybody can do that.
Hey, EJ. Yeah, so Christine came public. I mean, she was going to have to sooner or later, right? Because obviously it was out there. Reddit was speculating. I confirmed it. I know there's a couple of other YouTubers that I don't know if they were as certain as I was, but the thing with me, like when I say that, like I am 100% certain of something, like because I don't get sued. I've been sued. Don't want to go down that road again. So, always the winner. I'm just saying, you got to be super careful when you put stuff out there. So I was 100% certain, when we did this last week. And, there were people in the comments that were, I don't believe anything you say, John. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, and did that woman actually reply back to my comment?
I don't think so. But it was kind of pointless. Like we all saw the picture of him. So I don't understand. Whatever.
Yeah, and it's not like I clearly have an in somewhere, right? Like, we had Paedon. I'm not saying Paedon was the person that told me, because he wasn't actually. Paedon was not the person that told me about the new man. It was somebody else who's also close to the scene. So there we go. Not that Teddy Mellencamp. Love that so much more.
That's even better.
That's even better. I'm gonna give you 2 bells for that. So yeah, and we wanted to protect his name. Although the picture was out there. Oh, thank you, Wendy, so much. Wait, get my tools out. And I'll give you 2 honks and 1 maraca. So
that's awesome, Wendy H. Thank you.
Thank you. It's tricky because I think everybody wants Christine to be happy, right? Like, I don't think anybody out there is like, Christine's the worst. Like, she left Cody.
No. Her kids aren't like that. The only person that's like that is Cody. Yeah.
And how do I phrase this the right way? We want her to be happy. Obviously, when Paedon was on a month ago, that really kind of changed the scope of everything, right? And there's so much that's been uncovered since then. But at the end of the day, we all want Christine to be happy. And, I kind of felt bad myself, because there's pictures out there on Reddit.
Yep.
And it was already out, so I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. But I didn't want people knowing his name. I didn't want people digging into his, because what happened now? Now that his name is out there are some bloggers that are digging, and I think a little too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's not on a reality show that we're aware of. This is a private citizen, and yeah, man, you guys got to dial it back a little bit. My understanding is he's a widower.
Yes.
So he had a good marriage, and life events have ended that for him, and he's found another wonderful lady. Let's let him have nice things. Let's let them both have nice things.
And I told you all last week, they've been dating since November. The person, and again, it's not Paedon who told me this information. Because I don't want Paedon getting like slack, because I'm sure Paedon got already enough of slack for being on our live and being as forthcoming as he was, right? So I don't want to put that on Paedon. It wasn't Paedon. It was somebody else who's very close to the Browns, and that's all I'm going to say. And they gave me pictures of them together at an event, not an event, but like, trying to be as like, vague as possible to protect the person who's telling me this. But I knew it, and I'm trying to be respectful across the board. And I just think it's a little uncalled for, people to be putting up his, like, how much he makes a year.
Christine's got her own money. She's going to be fine.
Talking about like investments that went south, or, listen, we've all had problems with finances, I'm sure, in our lives. I know I certainly have at some point or another. And then, like, what do? Like, you bounce back and you do better, or you don't, like, so I just don't think that Dave, now we can say his name is David right now, because it's all out there. Like, Christine went public, she showed the picture, they were dancing together, beautiful stuff. I just don't think it's necessary to, like, put this guy's life history out there so far as to, like, going into, like, his deceased wife. I mean, I think that's just totally, like, uncalled for and below the belt. And let Christine have this. And I know we all want her to be happy, and, like, let her be happy. So what if this guy maybe makes, $30,000 a year? If Christine's good with that, then that's all that matters.
Yep. No, it's hard. Like, we are all interested. That's why we're doing this right now. Why we're talking about all of this right now. We're all interested. We all feel like, she's our sister wife, and we want to make sure she's good. It's hard to resist the desire or know where the line is when it comes to digging into people and what's too far and who's off limits. And I'm not saying he's off limits, but it's like, slow your roll. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, like, I get, like, and, like, I don't want to be like, so, like, oh no, because I'm a blogger, I'm a YouTuber. I've done my share of, like, maybe I posted something when I shouldn't have, or maybe.
Yeah.
So I understand. Trust me, I understand. Like, and you want the views, and you want, like, people to, like, listen to you and whatever. And you want to be the authority, right? But there's a line, and going into, like, his deceased. I think it's crappy. I don't know if David's going to be on next season. I'm guessing maybe. Because obviously the show's still being filmed. And hopefully, I'm looking forward to actually seeing Christine happy with this man who puts a smile on her face.
Yes.
And I think we all want that. And I don't think we should drag him through the mud yet. Like, at least wait till he's, wait till the show's on, and then, like, drag him if you want, Yep.
And what I've heard, like, Mykelti, I guess, on her podcast, they said that he was great. So, I mean, I feel like if her kids like him, who's mad? Why are we all up and looking for trouble?
And thank you, Karen, for that, for my Tendril super chat. I worked hard on these tendrils tonight. Thank you. I'm going to give you 4 bells. I'm going to give you 2 maracas and a little quick slide whistle. That's it. So there you go. So we got all but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm happy that Christine is got her man. She seems happy. He seems happy. And that's all that really matters. I just wish that people would hold off on putting this guy's whole life history out there in the public. Wait till he's on the goddamn show. That's all.
At a minimum. Yeah. Are they engaged? No, none of that's happening. They're dating. They're exclusive. You know what I mean? It's like, calm down.
I mean, like last week, I didn't even we knew about the guy's name, but like, I didn't want his name even being mentioned because, like, you know, and you know, going to what Christine said, she said, like, listen, I'm not ready to like share him yet, but like when I am, I'll do it. And I guess Christine was kind of, I don't know if she, you know, they've been dating since November.
Right.
November. So they've had like their private time. I don't know how long they wanted their own private time. Christine knows at the end of the day, she's a public figure. She's on a show, and she's like one of the most talked about people in reality TV right now. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, so there was only so long that Christine could kind of hold that to herself, you know. So I really hope that she enjoyed the, you know, November. So you got December, January, February, the 3 months of anonymity she had with him.
Yeah. Let's see. I think, what did Michelle say? She said in one of those pictures Christine posted, you can see cameramen in the background. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that you might be right, that it did look like there was like a boom mic and stuff like that sitting on the counter behind them in one of the pictures. So he might be on the show, you know, but we're not there yet. But I like the way Christine has played it. Even when she said she did want to release it, and then a few days later she did release who he was. You know, she knows the writing on the wall. She might be mad in private, but publicly she puts on that smile and she shows how exuberant and happy she is about the situation. And you know, we gotta ride that with her, right? Let's be exuberant and happy for her.
And thank you, Brooklyn, for that. I'm gonna give you a Meri had a little lamb on slide whistle. So here you go. That may not have sounded like Meri had a little lamb, but it was.
Sounded like the reverse. Sounds like you played it.
That's like the Stan Smith version of it. If you watch the Grammys, that was Meri had a little lamb, a la Stan Smith, the Grammys.
I heard I buried Paul.
So. And yeah, is there more we need to speak on with Christine and
and her boyfriend? Nah, no, just the kids seem happy with him, and so to me, I'm happy, and she looks happy. Let's all be happy.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, Tracy. Like, you know, maybe she was planning it for Valentine's Day. Like, you know, that was a day where she was going. I thought that, and
you did say that.
You know, and what a better way to show your love. And, you know, he was posting on his IG, like, you know, how in love they are. And, like, that's great. Just don't bury this man and, like, make him look like some loser when this man is bringing joy to Christine. So much so that the joy she's only had in, like, how many years? Because watching episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7, very telling. Very, very telling. Right?
Oh, for sure. Just watching any part of the first season, you're like, oh man, the same problems this whole time. Yeah, it's rough.
So what else do we got before we get into the recaps of 4, 5? We have Mykelti and Tony, right? No, yeah.
Yes.
Mykelti, I'm sorry, I'm like still a little bit sick right now. Let me find that. And then we can go into the bullet points of that live. Where is it? Give me 1 second.
We also have Maddie had her baby.
Yes.
So that's nice. Looks like everything went great.
And she's cute.
So cute. With little judgy baby face. So
watching like Christine give birth to Truly, like, and you see it like happen, like as it's happening, like that baby was like 1 second old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that whole! I can't wait till we get into that. The whole hospital scene.
Like, I had a baby in Utah, so I know.
Yikes! But I guess better than the creepy home births that we've seen, which, you know, we'll get into. All right, so Mykelti and Tony did a recap of what was going on. And in that recap, Kody, what they said pretty much was that Kody had been coming to Utah more often to visit Truly and Mykelti and the twins. 3 times since November, and Mykelti and Truly have gone to Flagstaff once since November because of Gwen's engagement party. And I'm reading this off the Reddit so this is off the Sister Wives Reddit page. So if you're not following, can't believe I'm promoting Reddit, but
It's a good one. It's good.
How times have changed, right? So check out the Sister Wives sub on Reddit. They did a great job of detailing everything that was said on that live.
Or you can watch it on Patreon, if you want to get it right from the source.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
If you can't, then
I do. I subscribe to them.
Well, right. So, as a team, we are. So, Addie, you should be telling this stuff.
Oh, if I had ever the time in the day.
Addie's the hardest. Addie's the hardest woman in show business. Mykelti says that Kody is no longer active in their old religion, and so he is not seeking another wife, which is different because we've heard that him and Robin were trying to court somebody from South America, right?
We heard that. I did not believe that.
Yes, no.
It felt very like Garrick and Berta to me, but listen, they said they had the tea on it, and who am I to not air it? So. Logan, Leon, Maddie, and Garrison have not met Mykelti's twins yet. Tony and Mykelti are not religious anymore, and they do not attend church. They are unsure about spin-off shows so far as people wanting them, but nothing's been confirmed. When asked about interviewing Robin's kids, they said they would, of course, do it, but communication is difficult because they live 10 hours away, and they said it's up to Robin's kids. Tony says Robin's kids don't feel safe having stuff online because they get railed from people on the internet. I mean, that's...
It's not a lie. They do get railed, but, having the opportunity to have your own voice and to say what you need to say can change how people feel about you.
But can't you see, Robin's house, on total lockdown? Look how it was with Corona, right? And now all this stuff's out. I'm surprised Kody has not taken a North Korean approach to the internet in their household.
My understanding is he's chronically online. He's in these Reddits. He's got burner accounts. He could be in this chat somewhere. So
hello.
He keeps track of what people say about him.
And we also heard from Paedon that Kody tried to put a gag order on the adult kids to stop them from talking, and those are the wild ones, Christine's kids and Janelle's kids. Kody has no control over any of it, and I don't think he has to worry about Leon. So really, I think Cody's really bunkering down on Robin and her kids and that household to make sure that nothing comes out. And I could see him being very Kim Jong-il about shutting the internet off. I would be surprised if they had electricity in their house right now, just bare bones, read an encyclopedia if you have to do homework type of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Ashley Nicole. We didn't. Hi, Ashley. I hope you're feeling better. We don't put gag orders on. Right? Exactly, Ashley. That will give you 3 months. 2 maracas in Gloria Estefan style.
And his shoulders.
And I'm gonna give you 2 chimes and a slow slide. There you go.
She got a little taste of everything.
But I could see Kody, I would be surprised if they were in a house by candlelight. Let's open up our books and pray.
Listen,
look how he was with Corona.
I get it, but he's also very into his modern conveniences. He's not going to be at a campfire.
For him, yes. But for everybody else, no.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Cody's gonna have access to everything, just not everybody else. Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
Oh, my bad.
But that's how it's gonna play out. So yeah. And of course, he would have to have like one extension cord for like the curling iron to get the tendrils right, which I'm sure everyone would allow. Because it takes me. I had to roll these with a pencil and just kind of get them all up in there, and then hairspray them. And they still don't. My curls still don't stay intact. You can kind of see they're kind of curly, but don't have the experience that Cody does. With
It's a challenge.
curls.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
really
he uses
is.
a lot of product. So
It takes a village. So where are we?
I think you were. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You were still working through the Mykelti and
Yes, Mykelti, thank you. I'm sorry.
You got sidelined by.
I did.
Tendrils.
The tendrils get me every time, guys. They really do. So let's see. Tony thinks okay, so Cody. Give me 1 second.
Should I be concerned?
And we're back. Okay, sorry.
I had to deal with the dog, so you can deal with Cody.
Tony thinks he has the ring Christine gave him, but is in a lockbox if he does have it. Do we know about that?
Well, when we rewatch that season, maybe it'll come back to us. I'm guessing she gave him some sort of a ring to welcome him into the family.
Was it a string ring?
A son-in-law ring. I don't know. Maybe he got his own clatter ring. Who knows?
It's a clattering.
Oh, my bad.
What do they call it? Well, listen,
Clatter ring.
I call it clattering. Like in the recap, Meri was like, "It's a clattering." I'm like, huh? I'm Irish. I mean, I'm a quarter Irish, but still I still know what that is, which we'll get to. Kind of felt bad for Robin there. They're at the jewelry. We'll get there. We'll wait because I have a lot to say about that scene.
We know what your diorama would have been about.
It would have been. But as a teacher, I don't have to make them. So I just grade you on yours. Let's see. Who's Avalon's favorite food is cheesy rice. Who's Avalon?
That's their oldest daughter.
Oh, okay. Sorry. How you doing, Avalon?
She itty bitty.
Tony tries to work every day. None of Robin's kids work. They do go to college, and Dayton is about to graduate. I would hope so if, according to Paedon, Cody uprooted the whole family to be closer to Dayton's college. So I'm hoping.
Right. Even though Dayton didn't necessarily want that.
Probably not,
He tried to run.
And God, imagine if he didn't graduate, if he just dropped out, what would happen then? Well, all the wives are gone, so really, what difference would it make, anyways? So there you go. Mykelti and Tony both love Christine's new boyfriend. Say he is awesome, but they will not say more and say that they will let Christine talk about him and introduce him. Good, right? We've seen that play out. Mykelti and Tony both. Said that again. Mykelti and Tony do not watch the show. Much so, they do not know how Cody or Robin have treated Christine. And wait a minute. I'm going to call a foul on this one. Mykelti and Tony do not watch the show. Much so, they do not know how Cody or Robin have treated Christine, and Christine does not tell them things about Cody and Robin have said to her, so they actually can't be mad about it because they don't know much about it.
So they're out of it. Mykelti and Tony are not in the middle of that divorce and all of that drama.
Reading that paragraph, I felt like I was like Elle Woods. So you were in the shower when you heard the gunshot ring. Yes, I was washing my hair. So you're in the shower washing your hair. No one's getting that joke.
No, I get it. Yeah.
All right, so I was waiting for the laughter to roll out of your.
I didn't think it was that kind of a joke.
Tony and Mykelti do not know if Kody visits Maddie and her kids. And Maddie is in North Carolina.
Right.
Yes.
Caleb. So, that would be a stretch for Kody to go there. Tony doesn't think Kody has the best relationship with all the kids, but he wouldn't say that Kody had a bad relationship with all the kids like Gwen suggested. So there's a little rift there. Gwen seems to be very outspoken, right?
She is. So like even on, so I just watched her last 2 lives earlier today. So she's seeing the fight, the things that Kody is saying about her mother, Christine, while watching the show.
Elaborate.
And she didn't, she wasn't experiencing that. They weren't having those conversations in front of the children, which is good to know. So, she's watching it and it is getting her more irritated with her dad than she was before. And it isn't, I can't remember if it's making her more mad at Robin. I don't think it was making her more mad at Robin. It was making her more mad at her dad. And, she wasn't mad at her mom at all about the whole thing. So, yeah, he acted a fool on TV. We all saw, and yeah. And the fact that he was saying things like, nobody knows how I'm feeling. Nobody's bothered to ask me how I feel about this divorce and what's going on. And Gwen is like, yeah, but you just told except for the whole country, you've just let everybody in on how you feel about it. So, we know basically.
I kind of feel like it's Gwen's way or the highway with Gwen.
I just think she has an interesting, almost a disconnected way of looking at things. Which I find interesting.
That's common with autism. Yes, she's going to see it.
Is Gwen autistic?
Yes. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. She's going to see things differently than others. Not wrongly, but just different in how she perceives things and how she accepts things, and what she accepts or what she may see is that wasn't so bad. Maybe he was okay with this, and then this other thing he says may just drive her nuts because it's a certain point. And I see that in some of the things that she was saying. Her reactions were cute when she was watching him dance during the wedding. I did think that was adorable. And she was
didn't know that about Gwen. I honestly didn't. Yeah. So I didn't know about that. But I still that doesn't change my view that it's her way, the highway. Because I think Gwen wants, and again, it's my opinion, I think Gwen wants her voice, her story to be the one that resonates with the world. And I feel, again, and don't hate me on this, I feel like, if another, Gwen was not happy with Paedon, and there's Mykelti now and with Tony, there's an issue there, and I just feel like it's her way or the highway. I do. I don't know if autism has something to do with that, or it just she wants to be the lead person in charge of talking about the family. Because what I respect about Paedon the most in that interview was that Paedon came onto my channel. We spoke a few times, and he wasn't, I didn't pay him, right? He came to our channel and he spoke forthcoming, freely, and for 3 hours, and I was the one that cut the live short, which I kind of regret now. But and Paedon wasn't trying to make any money off of it. And I, as of right now, Paedon still doesn't have a Patreon or or whatever, for him to make money. But and I again, I feel, and it's my opinion, that the other kids, and now a lot of them have Patreons, and am I saying it the right way? Patreon?
Yes.
You are.
Finally, a lot of them do it. A lot of them are making money off the family, and become a member, and we'll say this and that, and I have to give Paedon a ton of credit, because he did that pro bono. No, he just wanted the truth to be out there, So,
listen, I'm not gonna vilify anybody for having a Patreon or for
No, I'm not trying to do that either. I'm not. I'm just saying Paedon you know, I kind of think that like in my head, here's how I think. I think that Gwen or Mykelti or Maddie, whoever has a Patreon right now, we're going to like, use their Patreon to give you like snippets and bits and pieces of like the family over time. And here comes Paedon on my channel, and he gave it all at once. Boom. And
he just opened the door. There's so much more, and there's so many kids. They're all going to have their own perspective on things. I don't think it would. I don't think it's a negative what he did. I don't think it hurts any of them. I don't want to say Gwen has black and white thinking, because I do think she has nuanced ways of thinking about things. You know, she is able. She does make attempts to see how somebody else might feel when it's her, depending on who it is, right? She does a good job of trying to understand how her dad feels a lot of times, even when she doesn't agree with him.
But even Paedon said that though, like, he said like, my man's a good man. My dad's a good man. He said that over and over again when we were interviewing him, Yeah,
no, he was a good father. Yeah. There were times that he was a good father, but I think he's maybe not a great husband. And the show, a lot of people would say the show has negatively affected the whole family.
Didn't Gwen call Paedon a liar?
Yeah, but then she can kind of confirm what he said.
Yeah, exactly. And that, Maria, right there is like me thinking like she was pissed that like Paedon put it out there. And then she goes, oh, Paedon's a liar. But then like she confirmed what Paedon said. So like that makes me think.
I don't know how to describe how Gwen is. As a person on the spectrum, I see where she is coming from. I see how she thinks in that the things that she says, she feels that she is correct.
Yes.
And there's nothing else. It's this what I'm saying. This is it. Right. But she's also very young. I used to be the same way, and I still struggle with that in being a person on the spectrum. And it pops out every now and then.
Hold on, Addie, I'm sorry. I'm trying to take care of like a million things at once right now. But yes, she's young, and but also Paedon's young. Like, these are people in their 20s. We're not talking about like, people in their 40s. These are people under 25. And I'm not trying to vilify Gwen if that's what people are thinking. I'm just saying like there's like a weirdness there is all.
Well, there is, but I mean, I think she has interesting takes that you're not going to get from anybody else. Like she'll call people out, but sometimes, but at the same time, she can still love them a lot of times. But I mean, her and Paedon obviously have a huge rift that is not going to be.
Yes, there's something more going on between them than we know.
Yeah.
Than what is being said. They'll tell their story one day or whatever, and maybe we will, maybe we won't. But yes, as far as how she is and what I see in her, I see myself when I was younger. It was like I was right. There was nothing else anybody could say. But I think she'll work through that. She'll figure it out. And I think that there's other family members who are also on the spectrum there in that family. It's a large family.
Probably Cody Brown.
I think that there's I often look at Robin and think that maybe she could possibly be a little bit on the spectrum. You can be, the spectrum is wide. High functioning autism used to be called Asperger's. It's now part of the autism spectrum when they put out the DSM-5. So now it's all one. There's no split between it. It's all the same, but you have different aspects of it. Like myself, I'm considered also high functioning. Both my sons are actually considered full autism. I'm what would have been known as Asperger's, but I don't go by that anymore. I'm just high functioning autistic. But I think that she can get through it, and she'll eventually see where they can come. She can be okay with things that her siblings are saying and accept it for herself, that maybe she may see things differently than they do. Everyone has a different perspective in how things, and it's going to be rough for her though, because she wants to be right. and I know how that feels.
She does.
And
She
she'll
does.
get, yeah. So I don't fault. I mean, I don't, you know, she's, like I said, she's young, and she'll work it out, and
Yeah.
then she'll realize it's okay to you know, not be right on everything, even though your mind wants you to be.
Yes.
I just think, like, again, like, you know, obviously there's like a, you know, a rift between Paedon and Gwen that's been, you know, a long time in the making, you know, according to what we've heard about like what she said and what he said, you know, there's an issue there. But it, like, honestly, like, if I'm looking at it from like, you know, just somebody sitting here, I'm going to take what Paedon says, who's doing it for free, and he just wants to put the truth out there about his family over what someone who's doing it behind a paywall.
Yeah, I'm just not going to go there. I think they can both be right at the same time. So it's just
And also, as a
No, I'm
person
not saying Gwen's not right. I'm just saying Gwen is capitalizing off of it, and she is. I mean, she is. Paedon's not. And there's you have to acknowledge that that's something.
I mean, as a person, I would like to know her views on money, because I don't know. Like for myself, I don't see money signs. I have always struggled with that whole concept of earning whatever. I'll work for nothing. I don't care. And I'd like to know that about herself, because a lot of times in autism, an autistic person doesn't have a connection with that. Could it be something that she's being helped with her partner, her fiance? Yes, but I would like to know.
Congratulations to Gwen and her fiance.
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing news. So, and like, I'm happy for her. I don't hate Gwen. Like, I don't want people thinking like I'm like this big Gwen hater. I'm not. No, I want her to succeed, just like I want like all the other Brown kids to succeed. Like, just like I want Christine and Janelle and even Meri to succeed. Just not Cody Brown. That's all. You know, like that's it.
Yeah. But her girlfriend is adorable. And she's ADHD, as she said on there. She put that out there, and I'm like, oh, one of us.
Yeah, and she defends Gwen. You know, like there are things that Cody, Beatrice, that's the name of Gwendolyn's fiance, doesn't like the way Cody Brown talks to Gwendolyn sometimes. He doesn't think that he speaks to her in a respectful way. And Beatrice has Gwen's back, and that's what you want in a partner.
And she should.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah, no,
Cody doesn't have the ability to be patient with those who are on the spectrum. I was watching, we'll get to it eventually. There's a scene with Robin's son, and it's just the way he's guiding him around by his neck just made me want to date. Yes. I'm like, oh, don't do that. And the way he talks to Gwen at some point during what we've been watching, he doesn't have the patience to be able to handle any of the kids that are like that.
Even the regular, even the not regular, that's not the right word. What is it? Normal?
It's the neurotypical.
Neurotypical, that's the word. I'm like, what's the word?
I'm considered, like what Gwen says, and I love it. My husband loves it. Neurospicy. That is the cutest thing. I was like, that somebody made that for her. I love that. But yeah, neurotypical. And my husband's neurotypical. So
yeah. I would have a hard time believing that Cody would have patience with a neurotypical child, let alone one on the spectrum.
Yes.
All right, moving on. All right, so Mykelti. Well, hold on, where am I? Jesus Christ, there's a lot on this. Tony Mykelti do not know if Cody was mad. We said that Tony doesn't think that Cody has the best relationship with the kids, but he wouldn't say that Cody has a bad relationship with all the kids, like Gwen suggested.
Right.
You know, so there is a rift now between Mykelti and Gwen, right? Because you could see it, like, you know, even if it's Tony speaking for them, you know that Tony is Mykelti's husband, and he's going to like say what he's going to say, and maybe Tony's saying because Mykelti doesn't want to. These are all Christine's kids: Mykelti, Gwen, Paedon, all Christine's kids.
Right, but I mean, Mykelti was at Gwendolyn's engagement party. I just think, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a rift. Maybe Tony just is being particular with his wording there.
So next bullet, Mykelti, Aspen, Truly, and Mykelti all went out to dinner with Robin and Kody and some of their kids when they were in town for Gwen's engagement party. So that was good, I guess. You know, Kody was
It is
was
good.
Cody there?
I think if you keep reading, there was one where Cody's there.
Mykelti thinks that the family went downhill when the show started and they started filming everything, which I would agree. Mykelti would still love to be a fashion designer one day and design clothes to sell. Good for her. Tony says that he has side businesses he works on, but doesn't elaborate on what they are. They bring in a little bit of money. You know, I don't know what that is.
Mykelti is with LuLaRoe too.
Mykelti and Tony said they know specifically what happened between Gwen and Paedon, but they will not spill on it because it's their story to tell. They also invite both to everything, but first come, first serve. They cannot and will not be at the same place at the same time, which is so, you know, if there's a christening or a barbecue or whatever, you know, if Paedon's there, Gwen's not going to be there, and, you know, vice versa.
Right. Yeah. Paedon was at the Super Bowl party with the family. So
and that was great. I love seeing them all together. Like, you know, that was, and they had a spread, man. Like they did it well. You know, Tony and Mykelti hate toxicity. That's that TikTok account that's been spilling like all the beans, which some people thought was Tony. Tony and Mykelti hate that account and they do not know who runs it, and they are annoyed that they steal their content from Patreon.
Yeah.
I'd be annoyed too.
Yep. Yeah, because they have 3 kids, you know, this is clearly a source of income for them. Yeah. Nobody likes when you take food out of their mouth.
And again, like, you know, I have a membership and I don't like when people post my members' videos because, like, you know, what's the point of people paying for my membership if someone else is going to post what we say on our membership? So I completely agree with them right there. Like, you know, that's shitty.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about it right now, of course, what was on their Patreon, but we're not showing their Patreon.
And also, but we're also members of their Patreon.
Yeah.
You know, but we're not putting, like you said, we're not putting the videos out there. Like we may have like played a couple of snippets here and there, and we've, you know, invited people to please join their Patreon and Gwen's Patreon, and whoever has a Patreon, like, you know, do it.
Yes, I link it I put it in the description so they get a link back, which is how it should be done.
That is the correct way to do it. Yes. Back to the source material.
So Tony and Mykelti will be on season 18. Well, they think they will be. If not, then season 19, if there is one, Lord. Because they filmed several things related to their twin pregnancy. They said they filmed a lot of it themselves. Mykelti had confronted Kody about favoring Robin's kids. Sorry. But Kody doesn't see it as him favoring them. Mykelti defends him, saying that he seems to get along with certain kids at certain times, like he was close to the boys when they were in sports and not close to the girls. But then the boys got older and that kind of switched, since Kody doesn't view it as favoring. Confronting him does nothing. Tony said it would be hard not to favor the easiest kid. Yeah. Mykelti says that Leon Mykelti says that Leon had never been close, and they were not close now.
With Mykelti.
Well, I'm reading, and I'm not going to screw up the pronouns here because the pronouns are wrong in this one, and I don't want to hear it. Mykelti says that Leon had never been close, and they aren't close now. That Leon is closest with Aspen. Mykelti did not dead name Leon this time and used the correct pronouns. Tony and Mykelti would love to interview the parents individually, but they don't think TLC will allow it. Isabel is Gwen's maid of honor. My God, there's a lot here. All right, I'm just trying to
Some of
scan.
it's weird. Some of it's just silly stuff like Christine's eyebrows are tattooed
Like
on.
Tony's favorite video game is Rocket League. Like, who cares? They did not circumcise the twins.
Somebody asked, apparently.
Okay. Mykelti did and still does feel like she's the black sheep of the family, but she's okay with it. Mykelti and Tony say it's unlikely that they will move from Utah, but Tony would like to live somewhere with less snow. Mykelti will not give a specific example of Meri being abusive. She will not talk about this anymore, which,
Yeah.
that's telling in all in itself right there.
Right.
She's not willing to talk about this. We should stop bothering her.
And we said that last week and the week before, like that they are protecting Meri, which I guess
I don't. I feel like Mykelti's protecting herself. She does not need people in her trauma. Her trauma is not for their entertainment and consumption, and she does not owe. Yeah, she doesn't owe it to anybody.
But like we said, like last week, like was it like Logan and Hunter were hanging out with Meri, right? Like last week, and obviously, like if Meri was that awful, that the two, Janelle's two oldest wouldn't be like hanging out with her. Not to say that what what's been alleged against Meri isn't true. Maybe there are just some kids who jived well with Meri, and there were some kids that didn't. Like,
I think that's the case. I think some of the stronger kids with the stronger personalities, or some of them who were of different personality, may not have been favored. I think that Meri may have the same issue that Kody does, as far as not being able to put up with certain ones, the voicey ones. Paedon was probably one of them. He's quite out there. If you watch him in the show when he was little, he's attitude. So was Gwen. Gwen was one with more of an attitude. Mykelti, I thought she was kind of more of the quiet one in the background a little bit. Not as much as Leon was. I noticed that Leon was quite in the background a lot. But maybe it's just a personality thing. They just don't jive well with certain ones.
Could be.
And like that's like the gist of like there's more bullet points, but like I don't want to spend like another hour talking about like what his favorite video game is, and like what he gets on a taco, or if he goes to Wendy's, like if he gets like no pickles or whatnot. Like it's very detailed. So we're like that's
go watch their Patreon if you want to know that level of.
Yes, I'll link it in the description.
Before we get into the recap. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Is there anything else that we need to address, like T-wise, either from Gwen or from anybody else in the family?
I do have one more thing, and I did get it from Toxicity. So this is
not Tony and Mykelti approved. Go ahead.
It is not. It is not. This week, everybody has decided that Toxicity is being run by Cody and Robin, which is ridiculous. But ridiculous.
But wouldn't that be some fucked up shit if it was?
That would be
funny. That would be like
yeah. No, it would be something. Yeah.
Go ahead, Maria.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lick of sense. But so take it however you want to take it. If you feel like they are a valid source so far, or if you don't, that's up to you. But they have said that Meri is in the process of moving from Flagstaff. They've already loaded up a couple U-Hauls full of stuff, and she is moving to where the heck is her Airbnb at?
Pier 1.
I can never say it. Pier 1. So she really is moving there, which surprises me. I thought she would just, she would split her time just like she has been. Because why would you want to live there?
Why would that surprise you? Like I would
because
think that
it's in the middle of nowhere.
She's formed an entire cult. I mean, did I say that? No, she's formed an entire group of friends that are also in the same thing she's into. So she's set over there, and she's probably much happier.
That's her families, like
she and Robin have split up. They're no longer Yeah. So there's nothing there. She was the last. That was pretty much it. I think that was her connection was Robin. And so there's that's done. So she's moved on. I did
if
hear
I were
that the other
Meri,
day.
I would have been in Pier 1 like full time like years ago. She was living in Boo Radley's knothole in like, the tree of, in Flagstaff. Like, we never saw where Meri was. And, Meri took pride in her inn, like Lizzie's Heritage Inn and over there in Pier 1. And I'm surprised she's finally now just staying there full time, with those weird pictures on the walls. And,
Yeah, I figured she'd move up more towards the Salt Lake area, just like everybody else has, but she hasn't. Apparently, she is going to Parowan.
I don't think she wants to be around Salt Lake because isn't that where Christina is now? Like
she doesn't have to move in next door. I'm just saying she's got family there too, right?
But I think she feels closer to her mom still in that house.
Yeah,
I think that I think that she'll be there for a while. Just because that's such a new thing still for her mom not to be around. So
yeah, I guess
that's the end of the tea that I have.
Me too. I think we're good. So let's get into 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is the second part of the show. Do we need a different intro?
Hold on.
Different part.
Teeny tiny shots.
No, that's not going to do it.
Oh.
Hold on. We'll do intermission. Here we go. I'm Kruskin. I disappeared.
You did indeed. Should we start without you?
No, I'm here. That's the magic of Oh, there we go. I've reappeared. Here we go.
Indeed.
So, all right. No, I need my notes. Damn it. What did I write?
What were you doing?
I don't know where my notes are.
retrace your steps, John.
It's not that big of a place. It can only be so many places.
Wait, I can't. Oh, nope. That's not it. No, my housewives calendar. Hold on. That's not it. Hold on. Where's my notebook?
Is it under your computer?
Well, this is unsettling. Hold on. Cody, where's my notebook?
He says this. He sounds like my husband when I. Honey,
Missing. Hold on. Start.
Let's see. Well, we're heading into induction day, right? Like when Truly's going to be born. But first, we kind of hear about what led up to that, and the fact that I think a year before she got pregnant with Truly, that Christine had a miscarriage, and it was a pretty significant one.
Yeah.
I guess she made it to 12 weeks and everything was fine, and then it wasn't, and she almost hemorrhaged, and they really thought that was kind of the end, and were surprised when she got pregnant again.
It's scary for her, and she was unsettled at the beginning of the pregnancy with Truly.
Oh, I bet she was. Yeah, just the fear that might happen again. Absolutely. And so she's having this baby in a hospital, which I'm not sure that this is the only one she's had in a hospital, but
no, I think it was the only one.
This is Truly is the only one. Yeah.
I think so.
Gwen made it sound like she wasn't born well, maybe she just wasn't born in the bed.
Gwen corrected herself. She was in fact born in that bed.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed the correction. I was like, wait, what?
She started to say it, and then she put on the screen that she actually realized that she was also born. I think she tried to
okay. So because of the fears from that miscarriage, she's going to the hospital. Her and Cody are going to the hospital.
But with the slide whistle in my hand, I have to say something because I have to point with this.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it. It's less intimidating. Okay. We see like Christine in the car. I think she was in the car and she was on the phone with Robin, I think. And she's telling Robin to take charge, have fun with the kids, do what you got to do. And, you know, it was actually my husband, Cody, who made a good point. You know, Cody, my husband, doesn't come up with good points often. But when he does, it's, you know, it's very like, you know. So, you know, what we watched, you know, this season, it was that, like, you know, Cody was saying that Christine never gave Robin a chance, that Christine always kept Robin away from the kids, that Christine didn't want to have, you know, Robin nothing. And you saw, I think it was episode 4, where she is saying, like, Robin, yes, please take charge. You have the family. You do this. You run this.
It's a fair point. You know, that I missed that completely, but that's a
You
fair
didn't
point.
see that? I mean, Cody Yates, not Cody Brown. Cody Yates was the one that pointed that out to me. And I was like, oh shit, Cody, you are right on that one. Like, you know, Cody was like, you never gave her a chance, man.
I think I got distracted by just watching Robin's parenting style during that, you know, particular scene, but we'll get there.
But Christine actively gave Robin like this, you know, yes, take care of the kids, you know.
I need you right now.
That's different than what Cody said on like I guess like the second to last episode. Oh man, you never gave Robin a chance. Like, you know, you always outcasted her. No, that was very telling that Christine went full on and said, here, Robin, here, you know, and I thought that was a big fucking deal.
That goes along with the whole thing where he said that you wouldn't take care of Robin's kids or whatever, that whole babysitting thing. And we know that that's not true, because we'll see that too as we go along in all this, that she did in fact try to reach out to also take care of Robin's children, but Robin is the one who said no.
And Christine is the one saying to Robin, yes, I need help with the kids. Yes, please help me. But that's very different than, oh man, like, you know, Cody Brown should rewatch all this shit. Because what I just saw was, you know, Christine being nothing but welcoming to Robin, so much so that when, you know, Christine was in labor with Truly, like, you know, she gave Robin, the stranger, like, access to like her family and to run things. And yet that's my husband Cody. Like, listen, no, he's not the brightest crayon in the box, but like, you know, when he has his moments, like Cody, my husband Cody is like a good burnt sienna in the Crayola box. You know, it's there.
It's a nice cerulean, but
But you're being very generous with cerulean, Maria. Like, I'm giving him burnt sienna. So, but when my husband has a point, and I was like, you are fucking right. Like, you know, I was very impressed with him. But all right, so let's keep going. I'm sorry. I did my husband snaps because, you know, I love him.
Okay. So they're going to the hospital, and Cody is suddenly over the moon at the idea that he's going to have his 13th child, possibly on the 13th, if they can induce today. And they can induce today. Everything's where it's supposed to be. So they do opt to induce right then.
And go ahead. Sorry.
And this is the first time that Christine's having an epidural, which she thought.
And Christine's like, after 5 kids, oh my God, fuck this midwife shit. Like, fuck these home births. Like, why have I not been getting these epidurals the whole goddamn time?
I'm absolutely.
Christine was like, you know, truly just walked right out of her fucking vagina. She had no idea.
She did. There was no screaming. There was barely any bearing down. Just.
Christine didn't even know she came out. She's like, "Oh, did a baby come out? I have no idea. This is great." And Cody's like,
a little surprised.
I think like that's like honestly, I don't know, but like I think that's like the first time that Christine was like ever high. Like I kind of feel like
I don't
that
think
was
you get high. But
well, listen, but like, well, okay, you're both moms, right?
Yep.
Okay, so did you have epidurals?
No.
I did. I was natural with my first one in a
Oh my God.
emergencies.
What's wrong
What?
with both of you?
I-
And I had mine in Utah. And you know what? I
was in a cult. No.
listen, sometimes if you have your reasons that you're going to be induced, but I'm just going to tell you, in Utah, it is like a baby factory there. So whether you want to or not, they are giving you Pitocin when you walk through the door, which
what is that? What is
Pitocin is the drug that they give you to induce you. So you're already in active labor. They're still pumping it into you, and
it's to make your contractions more strong.
Yeah.
And more productive.
Yep.
But no epidural. No. You felt everything.
Yeah.
My first one, yeah. My second one was a C-section, so that was that they gave me a spinal block, and I'm like, my legs. This is the first time my legs have ever hurt. Wow. It was so
my water had already broke. So. My water had already broke.
Listen, if I was a woman and I'd be like, give me like 10 epidurals. Like, I don't want to know what my name is. Like, because like I'm just trying to, think of like what you women endure. It's what is it? It's the woman's lot in life to endure childbirth. Like that's like what you're. That's quoting Blanche from the Golden Girls. So Blanche said that on the Golden Girls, so don't get it twisted. Blanche said to her daughter Rebecca, and in that episode, well, honey, it's the woman's lot in life to endure childbirth. Like that's what you do. But like, if there are drugs and epidurals, like, I'd be like, I'm not a masochist.
Epidural does. Sorry.
No.
Epidural.
No, you did.
Epidural doesn't make you woozy. That takes that blocks the pain sensation, so that you still feel stuff. You can kind of know what's going on, but you don't have the pain associated with it. If they give you a pain medication on top of that, that's something else. In the UK and elsewhere, I know that they have gas that they give and a thing that you. I kind of would like that. I think
I'm sorry. Christine looked high as hell when she got the epidural. She was like, she was like putting the sheet over her head. Like, I thought she was
just high on the joy of birth.
I don't know.
Also, I'm a gay man, married to a man. I also am not a woman, and I will never know what it's like to impregnate somebody or see someone I love give birth to my offspring. So again, keep that in the front of your mind when I'm discussing this right now. That's how it is. It's not, but Chris, okay. So Wendy's saying, I think Christine got pain meds. So did they also give you pain meds? Like
they can, yeah. If you ask,
the epidural is not the same as like getting like a big old shot of like Dilaudid.
No. Epidural blocks. What they do is they give you a shot in the back, and it blocks the pain receptors in your spine, so that you can't
a specific part of your body.
Yes, you have to be very careful and sit very still because there can be problems.
I know a needle in going into your spinal cord like that. I couldn't even watch when the doctor was like putting the needle in. I was like, no, I can't. And like I know you like when you have like meningitis, like they put the needle in like your back like that, and like
that they take it out of your.
Like I can't even like imagine. But so
Spinal Tap.
They would give you, so they'll give you like, I guess like the epidural and then like pain meds on top of it, I guess.
They may offer you, if it's something you want, you can tell them, give me the works, whatever, they will give you whatever you need. And some women say, nothing, I'm going to be a hero. That's what I was. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be, because my mom did. My mom had
nothing at the epidural. I was ready to deliver 10 more babies.
We all have different
put your baby in my womb. I will shoot it out for you myself. I feel nothing.
Yeah. We all have different pain tolerances, different pregnancies are different, each one from the next. And, I will say being induced, to me, everything is a little bit worse because it's happening faster. And so I'm like, yeah, I think if I had been regularly induced and not just the way that they did it, I was ready to deliver when I walked in the door. My water had broke. I was ready. But for the one in Utah, and I think I needed to be able to feel everything because he was a big kid. And if I swear, I push. If I didn't hold him in place, he just kept sucking right back in there. So,
Especially if
Okay, and my other question, like watching this as a gay man who, like, obviously, I don't have to, like, I'm not in that scene ever. So, like, so, like, and again, all I know about this shit is, like, what I see on TV and in the movies, right? So, like, this is stuff I never have to, like, think about. But, like, when Christine was, like, in active labor, then, like, like the nurse was, like, holding up the 1 foot. Like, why were there not stirrups? Do you not use stirrups in, like, that pregnancy
they're
situation?
there, but it's much easier to have somebody holding your leg. Especially, it's a much more natural position.
They can get you back and get you
because you really tear down.
So you don't use the stirrups, like, in the pregnancy. Because I'm looking at Cody. Cody is, like, not as wise at all with this, and just like I'm not. I'm like, don't they have stirrups like that? Like, you put you.
Okay, but now put yourself in that position and now push. Now push like that. You can't push like that. You need your legs pulled in while you're pushing. So you'll
like,
have them there between
when I have to shit real bad, like, I'll put my legs up in the air and, like, I'll feel better. Like, I don't know. Like, really? No? Like, if I
when you're shitting, you put your legs in the air?
Maybe sometimes.
Or do you pull your knees in?
Like, well, when it's real bad, like, I'll take my clothes off. Like, I got
me too. Sometimes you get hot. Yeah. No.
I'll be on the boat just, like, ripping off clothes. Like, I'll be naked on the boat. Like, it's hot in here. I can't take it. And I'll be naked on that bowl. Like, by the time, like, it's because I'm like, whoo, it's hot. I got so, like,
No, but pulling your knees in is much more effective than throwing your feet in the air. I don't know what you're doing.
That's what they make the squatty potty for. The squatty potty is help you. If you think about it,
you might need a squatty potty.
you get, like, the shit sweats, and you're like, you know what's coming, and, like, you got to bear down. Like, you put your hand and, like, you're knuckling the fucking toilet bowl, and, like, you're ready, and, like, sometimes you start sweating. And I'm just, like, ripping off clothes. I'm like, it's hot in here. So I don't know if that's, like, the same experience. Obviously, probably not.
It's not the same. There's some similarities, but it's not the same part of your body.
It's the closest you're ever gonna get, John.
It is the closest you're gonna get. We're past Mykelti stone.
When I have, like, a mean shit, like, I'll be like. I'll be just throwing my clothes through the fucking. I'm like, fuck this shirt. Like, and but then, like, you get the sweats. So that's what I would assume, like, childbirth's like when you have, like, one of those impossible shits that, like, you're just like
an impossible one, that you're really working on. Have you seen my child's head? Have you seen Colin's head? It's gigantic, and it was like that from the beginning. So it was hard.
What you see in the movies is not always.
No, I know it's not even remotely close. I'm just saying, like, as someone who will never even be close to that experience, like, that's the best I can come up with. To, like, see it in my head. I did the rainbow thing with the star. The more you know. There you go. And, like, again, our lives are educational and entertaining. So there you go.
Yeah. But this was.
I feel like this shit right now. I'm just saying. I don't know.
We talked about it, and now.
I also say Christine has had a few children, so they do tend to come out easier after each one if you don't have any complications. And so, she just bloop.
So I wanted to say, skip back a little bit before we got into the baby pushing out part. There were parts that I was watching as far as when they were together, Cody and Christine, and I could tell in the scene he was seeming like he was just overly in love with her and all this stuff, but his focus was on what part of her stomach It was not on Christine. It was on what he produced in, like he said that he's all about making babies. That's his thing. That's his whole lot in life is to
Yes.
He did say that.
Yes. So that, and I thought, oh, he's being so cute. And then I thought about it. No, this really goes, thinking back on what we know from, that this just, it's he's so focused on this. And then there was more because there's a part that really needs to be talked about. While she was in the bed and the doctor had come in and they were talking about, can we induce? The big part that everybody should have, it ticked me off. Cody's standing there and he starts asking the doctor about in vitro fertilization for Meri while she was in the bed. And you could tell that upset Christine, even though she kind of talked it away or whatever, made light of it. But there was an eye roll and an annoyance factor. But that's where when he said, I'm about kids, and he's trying to get.
Should we open it up now? Should we open it up?
Yes.
Open it up. I'll do it. I got it.
Okay.
I think I can do it.
I think that those are some of those points that we're talking about when we're looking at this and we're going back, is that we got to really tie those in with how he was then with them. And we're starting to see these things. Yes.
Yeah.
So these things are.
How he doesn't see Christine as a full human being, basically. She is what she can give him and what she can produce for the family. And then we even see even further more of his inconsideration during the scene.
Did I do it right?
I don't know. Oh wait,
I can't. Where he I can't tell. Yeah. Yes, you did. Where he ends up going back to the house and picking up Aspen. But of course, he also checks on Robin at the same time and gives her a smooch and gets mad a little bit at the camera people that they want to follow him out.
Like, okay, like that was bullshit. Like, first off, okay, there's a big star in my notes right here. Because, he's like, at Robin's house, because, betrothed to her, right? And, like, they get to smooch off camera, right? And then, like, Cody's like, oh, well, like, you guys saw me kissing her, so I'm going to kiss her again on camera again? What the fuck was that? What was that?
He was busted. So
yes, that was his reaction to being caught. He was trying to be secretive because none of the other women were supposed to know that they'd been kissing. That's what Christine was mad about. All the stuff we know and we've heard before about her saying he kissed her before.
But shouldn't it be Christine's day, like when she's an active labor,
giving out, like he should not have showed up at Robin's to do what he did.
He should not have asked the doctor about IVF for Meri. Like Christine's like about to pop truly. Like that should have been Christine's day. Like that day, he should not have been at Robin's house. He should not have been kissing Robin. He should not have been asking the doctor about the IVF for Meri. Like what a joke! And like
he was also texting with Robin. At that time too, he was on the phone with her, and it was almost like the camera panned to him, and he was and he put his phone down and kind of did this thing and kind of brought himself back into reality, because he wasn't in reality, he was in Robin in his mind, outside of this whole thing. And that whole part made me so mad, because it goes back to what we know and what we're seeing, and it's like, you guys tried to trick us when you made this show, because there was this stuff that was there before and we're seeing it play out now, but it's been there and was there before the show. And I think it was there. I think they already were in those situations when they came into the show, and that's what we're seeing. So
absolutely. Because he wasn't just messaging Robin to see, oh, how's it going with the kids? No, they're sending little hee-hee-hoo-hoo jokes to each other and giggles.
You wonder why Christine is so goddamn mad at him. Like, the day she's giving birth to truly her last kid with Kody, after she had a horrible miscarriage, this was a gift, right? Mm-hmm. And he's at Robin's house playing like hide the salami with her, which he fucking was, and then he's also, while Christine's got Truly in there, saying, hey, how's IVF work? Because I want that for Meri. Like, are you kidding me? Wrong. And Kody is so much more likable now. Well, in
Is
these
he?
past episodes, except
Oh,
this,
okay.
Ugh.
the first 4 episodes that we watched, right? Like, Kody was like, hey, he's not so bad. And then, like, you see this bullshit when he's, I don't, like, as a human being, I'm just like, and I could see why Christine felt the way she does. And like, Jennifer, hide the salami all day long. Like, her, and Lord, we all know that Cody and Robin fucked before, like, they got, like, hitched. Like, he test drove that shit. Like, I don't know for sure, but, like, come on. Robin was 30, meanwhile, Meri and Janelle and Christine were, like, up there, and you're not going to tell me that Kody didn't, penetrate Robin before the nuptials. I'm sorry. I
try to avoid that thought.
It's very possible. It's not like it was uncharted territory for either one of them. It makes it that much easier to just say, yeah, why aren't we doing this if we want to?
Maybe there was soaking.
Wait, wicked. Wait, what a terrible time to start courting. Your wife is ready to give birth, and you have a younger wife coming into the family, then be turned into an IVF. And don't forget also, Wicked, thank you, Wicked. Honk, honk, honk. Double maraca. I'll give you a bell and a grimace. There you go.
Thank you, Wicked.
I gotta keep things like, but like, plus they had like Meri's her 20th anniversary coming, which we'll get to in a minute, because that was a lot of shit. But like, there was so much going on. Like, I just don't understand why Kody could not give Christine. He should have never left her side. He should have been there. Like, why did he have to run to Robin's house to make out with her? Like, are you kidding me? What a dirtbag, asshole, douchebag, piece of shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't. Can somebody tell me in this chat? This is open to everybody. Cody Brown, if you're in the chat right now, please, under an alt, tell me what reasoning you had to go to Robin's house while Christine was in active labor. Why did you need to go there?
I mean, is that where Aspen was? I don't know.
There was another point that I wanted to point out, and that was while he was talking about the in vitro thing, he mentioned at least once, maybe more, that Meri only had one child. She had one child, and he wanted.
I was confused about that. Like, it was my understanding, that Meri had multiple miscarriages, but they said that it was just the one. It took them 5 years for them to have Mariah, who is now Leon, and then like Meri got pregnant again, 3 years after that, and it was a miscarriage. But I was under the assumption that
I thought so, but
that Meri had that miscarriages plagued her, like that it was just more than once. But
and I don't know. I just what irritated me was he mentions, or that's a point of contention with him with his first wife. Think about this, going back and how he's treated her and how she is in the family. She has only been able to give him one child, while he's sitting here talking about in vitro with his wife, number 3, in the bed, who is on her 6th child. Think about how that must have felt for Meri to have to go back and watch this stuff and hear this and see this. Not just Christine, who's in the bed dealing with it, but also Meri, who later on has to hear this from him being spoken of in the middle of wife number 6 on her 6th. I mean, wife number 6, 3 on her 6th child. That
I
also
always had a small spot for Meri because of that. Like, it could not, Meri was the first wife. Then you see Janelle having 6 kids. Then you see Christine having 6 kids. Even like Mariah was not the firstborn. It was Logan, then Aspen, and then Mariah.
Yes.
Then Leon,
Same
yeah,
here.
absolutely.
I say Mariah because, like, that was in the past, and there are YouTubers that like, when you refer as Leon, like people are like, who is that? So like, formerly Mariah, but formerly Mariah, now Leon was the third born, like when Meri was the first wife, and that's all that Kody got out of that marriage was now Leon. And that was rough on Meri. I could not imagine Meri seeing Janelle and Christine, giving, having all these babies, and then Meri being like, it is what it is.
And with polygamy, there's also that whole thing of, if you're not able to supply your husband with the children he needs to have, especially a lot of girls think about that. He is very oftentimes mentioned a lot about his daughters. He's thrilled to death with Christine because Christine gave him daughters.
Janelle gave him the sons.
Yes. And that doesn't get spoken about as much as Christine's daughters. He's made comments about that. That goes along with the whole polygamy thing. That's not that whatever LDS or anything like that. That's the actual polygamy FLDS stuff, is about the whole girls. They're going gung-ho, as many girls as you can get. And if Meri was unable to supply him with the kids he's supposed to be having or creating whatever, then what good is she to him? That's what I saw.
It's funny how it worked out, because Janelle gave, out of her 6 kids, Janelle had four sons, 2 daughters, and Christine had 5 daughters, 1 son. So like it kind of balanced out in a way, you know what I mean? So
black. No. But he was always willing. What is his thoughts about the boys? They're out. They're 18. Kick them out. That goes along with the whole polygamy thing.
But does he say that about like the girls though? When they're 18?
That's what I'm saying. He is focused on the females that he's created, whatever you call that, because that's part of his faith and belief and stuff, that he has to have a lot of daughters because multiple wives, one man type of thing. So
right,
kind of.
Yeah, young men are competition for resources, and women are resources. So you got to get them out.
I'm just happy I know why like there were no stirrups, because I saw like the nurse holding her foot, and I was like, don't they have stirrups for that? I just looked at Kody, and he's like, I know, right? Like, and again, we've never been to an OBGYN. I've never had to have a girlfriend sit in the stirrups and like, nope. So like I just kind of base what I know off watching television and documentaries and whatnot. So
I think one of the reasons why there's some hospitals don't do the stirrups thing is because the husband and the partners or whatever that are in there that are helping her may want to be a part of that, and they hold her legs back for her, hold her legs up, be there for her, that kind of thing. So that I see that a lot in some of the stuff. I used to watch a lot of birthing videos. Because I'm just weird.
Are you okay there, Maria?
Fall right out of the chair.
Is that too much content for you, Maria?
Yes.
Maria, do you have stirrups there? Do you need stirrups? I'll send some over to you.
No, thank you. No stirrups for me, thanks. I think we've killed this episode.
Move on to the next. So the next episode 6, 4 or 5. So episode 5 was Meri's 20th anniversary with Kody.
Mm-hmm.
And still, it's while he's about to get married to Robin, so that's going on. So it's still while God, what a mess. It's a mess. Although I have to say, like, looking at how Kody and Meri looked at each other, like they loved each other. Like you could see like that magnetism in their eyes. Like, when they looked at each other, and I'm wrong.
Maybe in the Mexico part. I don't know. Not so much in the restaurant, but
I thought that like I almost felt like that Kody was like, he kind of felt bad for Meri, and like I go away. I don't need another Kody. No, I don't need another Kody. but so they go to dinner, right? And the first part of that show is, which is horrible, is Meri and Janelle and Christine going to find a clattering.
Yep.
They call it a collotter. I don't know what they say, but it's a clattering for Robin for her wedding band, which I thought was cute but weird. Like, I wouldn't want like my 3 sister wives giving me my wedding ring. I would want like my husband to give it to me.
Well, I guess they all had separate wedding rings that Cody had gotten them, and this was like a wives' ring.
Yeah, they wear 2 different things. There's like you have your wedding set, and then you have they called it collada or whatever.
Toe ring.
It was for her toe.
Toe ring. Oh. So, they're at the jeweler and like they see like the clatterings and they're all, the salesman says like, this one's 150, which like, $150 isn't like, that crazy. Of an idea of to spend on a ring. And Janelle's like, nope, budget. Janelle's always about the money, right? And I can't. Janelle's like, oh hell no. We got to pay for food, so we're not spending that much money.
I don't care what it looks like. Just keep it in budget.
Which is fun, and so they go and pick the least expensive ring. I have a feeling that ring costs $10. I don't know. I feel like they got a Cracker Jack box, like that ring, but it's got so much detail and it's the cheapest. Well, if that's how you need to like make yourself feel better at night for giving her that shitty cheap ring, then I guess that's great. I'm sorry. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't know.
Give me a piece of twine and tie it around my finger.
That's what Cody did when he proposed to her. He took it from Mykelti.
Did. No, I mean, sometimes it's expensive, but you don't know why it's expensive because you're like, I don't like it as much. So if it might have been the better ring of the clatter rings that they had to choose.
This is jewelry. We're all human beings. We know how jewelry works.
How fancy is a clatter ring?
Clarity. What's the fourth one?
Does a clatter ring have a diamond?
Carrot.
Oh, carrot. The biggest one.
There's no diamond on it. It's just.
I'm just saying, it's your wedding ring.
It's not a wedding ring.
This wasn't a wedding ring. This was the girls. This is the brown ring. It's a whole.
The sister wives ring. One ring to rule us all.
Well, Bilbo Baggins wasn't there, so I don't know. Neither was Gandalf, so I guess that was great. But they picked like the cheapest ring there. I'm Irish. Clattering.
I'm 49% Irish, and I never heard of it.
I'm like 64% Irish, but I've never heard of one
I'm a
either.
quarter Irish. I'm Italian 75% and Irish the other 25. So like, but like I know what clatterings are. Like my mother was like very Irish. She's like Irish lineage in her. Anywho. I watched that scene and I didn't feel so bad for me and Cody getting our wedding rings at Kohl's, to be honest with you, because I was like, listen, look at them like getting like their $14 sterling silver plated. It wasn't even like gold, it was like
it was silver, yeah.
And I don't know if it was sterling silver. It was like probably like the silver that turns green after a few weeks, because like they didn't want Robin there to begin with. That's how I would see it playing out. But like I was like, we got our wedding rings from Kohl's, which I paid for with Kohl's cash and 40% off coupons. Like our wedding rings, our bands were like $2,000, marked down to like $200 with the Kohl's cash and the 40% of coupons we had. And I used my credit card for an additional 20% off. So I was fine with that. And I always
see Robin wearing that ring.
Yeah, do we see Robin wearing that ring?
No.
Ever?
Nope.
We'll have to watch for it because, I mean, they give it to her at the wedding. You're at the wedding reception, so we'll have to
So
wait
she
and see.
wore it for like a week. And
The
then,
thing with
like,
me and like
she
our wedding
took it
rings
off.
and our wedding was like I wanted to have like the big wedding, so like I didn't care like the wedding rings, like I didn't want like I would rather spend the money on the reception because we were paying for ourselves. So I would rather spend the money like our wedding money like on the reception so people had a good time as opposed to like me having this stupid ring that like I wanted the good time. And me and Cody always said like when we make it big, still waiting that we'll get like we'll get nice wedding bands. Not that our Kohl's wedding bands aren't nice, but they're from Kohl's. And
we had Best Buy. That's what we were broke too.
it's like
Wait, you got your ring at Best Buy?
Huh? Yeah.
You got your ring at Best Buy?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they have rings at Best Buy? I'm so confused.
Wow, that's like one step from like Home Depot.
You do what you
in
do.
sales.
I'm not even trying to shade you. Like we got our call from Kohl's. We spent Kohl's cash, 40% off coupons, and I used my Kohl's card for like the extra savings. So like, listen, but like it didn't matter to me like what our wedding rings were. I'll show you our wedding ring. I'll show you.
Yeah, this was me showing off my ring.
Kohl's. You'll see it.
When I got it, I was like, everybody said,
No,
"Oh, let me
that's not
see your ring," and I went, "Oh, here it is. Here's my ring. See, because it was a chip."
I want to tell everybody.
Well, that's kind of awesome. Well,
Ashley
you know
got
what?
it from Kohl's too. Hold on, I have a set
that's pretty
now.
cool.
Hold on, we have three. Now I have 3 bands. Hold on.
My first one was from a Chuck E. Cheese machine. There was like a little egg machine that had little fabric rings. So me and my husband did have those for a while, matching before we got real ones. But
Cody lost his wedding ring, he had to like.
Mine got enlarged, and then I had to have it resized way too many times, and it finally broke.
Can you make this
Didn't-
sparkle?
you got
And
a
I
new
did.
one?
Can you-
No,
like-
I still do not have a new one. I just
So this
wear
was-
things. I don't have.
No,
I've never gotten a new one.
A
No.
little rinse in.
I would like to, but it's not been.
I don't even. That's my wedding ring.
Diamonds.
They see nothing.
Well,
I can
there's
see
diamonds.
diamonds.
There's diamonds in there. I wanted Cody to give it like a once over, but he refuses. But this is my tiny little wedding ring that we got from
Tiny shop.
Kohl's. That's it. There you go.
Yes, mine had a little tiny chip in it, and I was like, that's why I said, I was like, here's my ring. See, you can see it, because I didn't want my husband to be embarrassed because we were broke.
But that sounds
And then
cool, though.
got this band from like some local jeweler in Key West when we went there for vacation, like a year after. So I have this band which I put on top of it, and then I have this other band which is diamonds that I got on my 35th birthday from Cody, which I put on top of that, and that's my little set. So, that's my little wedding ring set. So my Kohl's ring, my Key West ring, and the other one on top of it, and there you go. And but good for the girls for giving her a discount ring at an affordable price. It's amazing. So where are we now?
So the crux about this episode was that this was an episode. This is what I thought it was about. Was their Meri and Cody's 20th anniversary. So this is when it comes in about the whole discussion about the in vitro. Remember they talked about that?
Oh, when they go to Mexico, they talk about that.
Yes. Are we at that part yet? I don't know where
No. We can talk about it in any order you want.
No, you go. You have the order.
Oh, I do have the order. Let's see. Okay, so then we get to a weird, just a little weird, just moment that they show us, and we're at Robin's house, and Brianna, her youngest daughter, and she's showing Brianna this picture of Cody and the other wives, and she's like, "Who is that?" And I don't know if Brianna said Cody first, and then Robin said who, and then she goes Daddy. Like she's already trying to get the children to call him Daddy.
Yes, that was a thing. Yeah,
which I think it was a little yuck.
Cringe.
It was a little cringe. That's the best word. It was a little cringe. And then we get to another random scene but that hits me a certain way, and you'll hear why. So Kody is talking to Leon, and Leon, and all of the older kids have recently started to be in public school instead of their private polygamy school. And she is hating public school, and she wants to go back to the poly school. And then she tells Kody that she wants to, remember when I was little and I wanted to join the military, and she still wants to do that. That she'd like to make. They would maybe like to go.
Oh! I corrected you. I got you. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. So they would like to join the Navy, and if they want to be a doctor, maybe, and go to a naval school, and that they'll possibly become a doctor for free, which of course is going to be a big deal. And Kody seems like he really loves this idea. He's really down for it because it doesn't cost him anything. But Kody is absolutely correct. If poly schools require a GED, that is going to put Leon in a situation, and it's going to make it almost impossible for her to get into an officer school. So back then they might have been able to get in as an enlisted person, but not as an officer. So Kody was right and said, you need to stay in public school, even if you don't want to, if this is what you want. So figure it out, figure out what you need to do, and I will support it, but you need to know, you can't just say, I don't like it.
I just don't want anybody to give us shit for it's hard to we see this stuff in the past, so it's hard for me or Meri already to say, to use the wrong pronoun. It's, you kind of have to rewire your brain, and at a certain point, and we're all old. But, we're in our 40s, right? So it's not so we are being respectful as much as we can, and it's hard not to slip.
Absolutely.
So it's, I didn't mean to single Maria out right then and there.
It's fine. I just think
I'm sorry.
We just move on because we're trying
if that made it seem like that. I didn't mean, but it's very hard. We're not trying to be disrespectful to Mariah or anybody else in that community. It's just that we're talking about a show where somebody's a certain way, and it's hard not to.
Yes, they've transitioned since then, and it's just hard to when you're watching something from the past, you're seeing it, and trying to judge it through your current eyes is a challenge. But
I'm hoping that we're seeing that we are trying to do our best.
Well, we really are, and it's I think a lot of people want to throw hate, you said the wrong thing, and it's just it's a learning process, and I just don't want people thinking that we're being disrespectful, because we're not, especially Maria, who's probably the most respectful out of everybody, who wants to get everything.
It's pretty respectful.
So it just it takes time, and we're working on it, and especially me. So let's keep going.
But what I liked about this scene is, of course, I was in the Navy. And so it all hits me a certain way. I'm like, oh, I would have loved to have seen them join the Navy. They would have probably done great. And, I wonder what made them change course and go a different way. This is, them when they're 14 years old, Leon at 14. So what you want when you're 14 and what you want when you're 18 is often different. But, the fact that they said Navy just made me go, oh. So
I picked up on the accredited thing.
Well, Maria, well, I know you're not in that religion, but Mariah. Can we say Mariah?
No.
At that point?
Leon.
Formerly Mariah.
We're using Leon.
See, we're all learning. Leon at that point wanted to go to Annapolis, and Kody was saying that you can't go to this plig private school and get accepted into the Naval Academy. So was Kody right there?
He was 100% correct.
And was
100%.
Kody also right in saying you need a letter from the governor? Is that what really? Wow.
Doesn't have to be, I don't know if it's the governor specifically, but it's definitely a person who.
So if you want to go to West Point, it would be the same, or the Coast Guard Academy or whatever. It would be the same thing.
Yeah, you could be a senator, a congressman, anybody like that. But yeah, you need somebody that is backing you. Absolutely.
That's intense.
Hmm.
Wendy H says it's a congressperson.
Yeah.
That's intense.
My husband, he recruited also, and he did officer recruitment, so he knows all of it too. So we watched it all.
That's
Tracy
wild. Like you would
Tracy-
think, like if somebody wanted to like sign up like for like the military schools, like that they were, you don't think that people like are like trying to like get there, like not a lot of people want to join the military, so and when you go to like
surprised.
military academies, whether it's like West Point or the Naval Academy, like you have to like you get your degree and then you're an officer and you have to like serve like 4 years afterwards.
It varies, but probably a minimum of 4 years.
So that's a lot. I tried to get into the Coast Guard Academy. Fun fact about me. I did. I graduated with my bachelor's and I wanted more out of my life. So I went to the Coast Guard recruiter in Wantagh Avenue in Long Island. If Brooklyn's here, she'll know what I'm talking about. And I wanted to be accepted into OCS, Officer Candidate School. And then I was like, nah, the gay thing, it's not going to work. So, but I tried.
It would make it harder. It would make it hard, especially back then. We were under the don't ask, don't tell policy back then.
And that was like back like 2003 or 4 with me. Like it was like right after I graduated with my bachelor's, and like I wanted to like I loved history, and like I don't know, it was just an option for me. And but they were like I was too afraid of like the gay stuff, and obviously, and so that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, but I do want to just say, you don't realize sometimes, if you put your child in a not a private school, but if you're homeschooling, you need to use an accredited program. You need to do all of that stuff because you don't know what your child wants to do when they get older. You're making it harder on them if they want to join the military. It's going to be almost impossible. The hoops that they have to jump through to do this thing because you opted to put them to homeschool them. So if you're going to homeschool them, you need to do it correctly. It needs to be accredited.
That's exactly what happened in my family. All 4 of my siblings, like I've said before, we were all of us were homeschooled, and for I think the accreditation, I can't say that, accredited, whatever.
Accreditation.
Yes, that doesn't come until what was it, high school? Is that when you should really be concerned about?
Definitely, yeah. That's when your transcripts really matter. Yeah.
So we were put into a private school that was where they would send you the work, but it was accredited. And my mom made sure that was a thing, so that in case we ever wanted to do college or whatever, we were not going to ever do military because my family didn't believe in that. But college wasn't recommended either. But my mom was like, no, we're not listening to that part. They can if you want to go to college, go ahead. Don't listen to what they say about that. So, but we did. Yeah, we were accredited.
So, okay, so then, like, all right, so Meri and Cody go out to dinner at this fancy, do you know where they went, Maria?
I don't, they called it, what, Lakai? And I was like, I don't know where that is. And there were peacocks all over the place. I was like, I don't know where, just wandering around peacocks.
And they were drinking, they had some cocktails, which, like, was rare to see,
Probably, but they were probably non-alcoholic because he's not okay with drinking.
Oh, even on holidays?
Well, no, I don't know about that because like they were drinking. I'm a bartender. Look, former Dave and Buster's bartender. I know a mixed drink when I see one. And they had the great dinner there, and then they decided to go to Mexico afterwards. But like Meri was telling Cody that she wants him to like accept the fact that there are jealousy issues that Meri has. And Meri says to him, like, well, how would you feel if I was talking to another man? And Cody said, well, the vulgarity of it, like, and I go, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I have multiple wives, but like just seeing you with another man, the vulgarity of it makes my head spin.
He did.
But you can tell that like Meri and Cody were really in love with each other at that point.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying about when we get. Oh, sorry. When we get to the other part about the in vitro, I think it's very telling in what was stated in that whole scene. So once we get there, I think we'll maybe able to tie in and see things.
Well, then
better.
Cody was saying about how all his brothers were going bald, and then Cody was like, I'm on my way there, and tendrils, and like we never heard about Cody talking about like his hair before ever, and I guess that's why he's like, just holding on to these tendrils so much because he doesn't want to be bald.
Well, we do know that he at one point had extensions. They've talked about that several times throughout the
Like a weave?
What?
You guys didn't.
Wait, Cody has a weave? He has a weave?
I thought people were joking. I didn't think they were being serious.
No, they were adding hair into him. Even they never said like specific points, but they did talk about it, that he did have extensions put in to try to deal with the balding part, because he's very, very not happy about that at all.
So you don't think hair plugs? You think extensions?
He did have extensions, and he may have had the plugs too. I don't know.
I don't think they're plugs. We've seen pictures of like Cody's like hairline. You want to see it? Like plugs will not do this to you. I have the picture of it.
It got worse when he went during Corona. Like he started spreading.
And what Rita's saying right now, like what were they drinking? They were drinking margaritas in Mexico. Like they were licking Meri was like with the salt off like the rim. Like this is Meri, like say, salted. The rim was salted. That was a margarita. Like, I'm sorry. And like Meri was like, well, she's like, she's like, hold on 1 second, Cody. That's what they were talking about. That's what they
She
were
was enjoying that beverage.
Yeah. So those are margaritas. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when you have a salt around the rim, like they were, do you know what a virgin margarita is? It's just sour mix in a glass. So no one is drinking a virgin margarita, especially in Mexico. That was a margarita, and that's what they were all like, because they, Meri was like, he's like, hold on, Cody, yeah.
She wanted her mouth to be all salty then, because we find out that he likes salt. So
right.
Weird.
Robin says that, like, just a pepper on the end.
I eat salt out of a salt shaker. I will not even say anything bad about that. I'm all about the salt. But yeah. But yes, he did. That was a whole thing that came out along the way, is that he had fake hair.
And if you're drinking just sour mix, it's awful. Like, no one can just drink sour mix in a glass. Like, a virgin margarita is just sour mix in a glass. A margarita is tequila, triple sec, sour mix, and if you're feeling squirrely, maybe some OJ. That's a margarita. Like, so like and to drink sour mix alone by itself would make your eyes like, you'd be like, oh. Like it's like drinking vinegar. It's that same effect, like, so they were drinking margaritas in Mexico, and they were in Mexico. Come on, tequila. That's where like that was like birthed. So you really can't tell me that they weren't drinking, margaritas in Mexico there. Sorry. Sometimes being a bartender for 20 years comes in handy, like right now, and you're welcome. Go ahead.
Well, do we want to go to Mexico, or I don't know how much of the anniversary dinner part you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
In vitro is important.
Well, that's in the Mexico part.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So Cody starts it off when he's in Mexico, and he's like, I have an idea. How about for a 20th anniversary present, we try in vitro?
I thought that was nice of Cody. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird thing to suggest at the 20-year mark, for sure.
Well,
as a present, because if it doesn't work,
but it's expensive.
It's not a present. If it doesn't work, it's not a present. It's a letdown.
in that case, I thought that Kody was really trying because I saw the love they had, like the way they looked at each other, like they looked like star-crossed lovers to me, like they really loved each other. I'm sorry, like I watch, even like in when Robin's wedding, right, and Meri's doing like his bow tie, and they're looking at each other in the eyes, and like you could. I'm sorry, I felt something between the both of them there. And Meri was saying, like, I wish you were marrying me right now because, it's just weird. I don't fucking know.
I
It's
think he
weird.
was like more like, yeah, I'm going to marry my new wife, and here I'm gonna smooch with my first wife for a minute because he's a narcissist and likes that whole idea.
Yep.
That's
Thanks.
where I go.
Thanks, Meri, for bringing me my new wife. That's the way I would have taken it.
That's what because remember, Meri brought her in, so he's thinking, I'm thankful for her because she got me this. It's like, you got me a puppy.
And I hate to defend Kody, I really do, because he's like a piece of shit. But like, I have to say, like, I thought that was nice of him. Like, he knows that Meri was in pain for only having the one kid, and like, he's with Janelle and Robin, Janelle and Christine, and have like the 6, and like he's marrying Robin. And he wanted Meri to have another. I didn't think it was.
He wants Meri to have the kids she's supposed to be having.
Well,
as
no,
a
I don't.
wife.
No, I think that Kody already knew, like, that ship had sailed. I think that Kody, Meri had the one kid, and and she, obviously Meri was looking at everybody else and saying like, "Oh my God, I'm like dead last." And maybe if Meri could have like one more, because that weighed on Meri's soul, and that was a big thing with Meri. Like, it bothered her that she couldn't have more kids, and she was the first wife. So I didn't think that was like, I didn't think Kody was an asshole for offering that. I didn't.
Who knows how many other times he's brought it up? He's bringing it up here and trying to me, almost, guilt her into it as a 20th anniversary gift to him. It's not a gift to her. It's a gift to him at that point, because she knows it's not going to work. She says, I don't see the point. That's what she said. I don't see the point. She knows it's not going to happen. So to me, it's the opposite feeling. He's putting her in an uncomfortable spot. And then, I think she said if it had happened naturally, then yeah, she would view it as a blessing and a gift and something that was supposed to happen. But she's not going to do this. She's not going to. She's not going to put herself through that level of disappointment over and over again.
But they never used IVF before. Like, maybe had they used it prior, like they would have been like.
A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, if it doesn't happen for them, it doesn't happen for them. Not everybody's willing to do IVF. It's not like it's 100%.
No, it's not.
It's not even close.
Correct. You are right. But like, I don't know. I didn't think Kody was a scumbag for like offering it as a present. I just don't. Maybe Meri could have had one more kid. And I feel like, he was offering that to her, which is very expensive, just so like, because they're in competition. They're in competition with each other. Like, they don't want to admit it, but like, they're in competition. Like, Janelle, Meri, Christine, they were all like competing. Really, it's true. And I thought that Kody in that part, and God, I don't want to defend this fucking man, but I thought in that scene, like, he was like, listen, it's tens of thousands of dollars. And let's talk about like how poor they were. Let's look at fucking Robin's house with that 13-inch TV she had in her entertainment center. Can we talk about that for a second? Look at Robin's house with the baker's rack that was empty and the entertainment center, this big giant entertainment center that she had, and with her 13-inch TV, and they didn't have money. How about Janelle getting into her car with her window taped up?
Yeah. So they weren't. So IVF was a pipe dream. It wasn't going to happen, right?
No,
they can't afford it.
No, I'm not saying it was a pipe dream. I'm saying like, they clearly didn't have a lot of money.
Right. And so how are they going to have IVF?
Do that for, I mean, like looking at Janelle's old car and her looking with her window with duct tape on it. Like, holy shit. Why would you show that?
They were poor. The struggle was real.
Like me and Cody were like, oh my God, they're showing that right now. Like Janelle's car with the duct tape on the window. Right after they show Robin's house with the TV this big, like in this giant entertainment center with this dollhouse that they just share, like the 3 Barbies and the 1 Ken.
Yep.
You know, and the baker's rack that was always empty, like nothing on the wall. Like I felt that Cody, and again, you could hate me for saying this, I felt that Cody was genuine when he offered that to Meri.
Yeah.
And
He was a present to himself. He genuinely wanted Meri to have another child. It was for him, not her.
We do know and that he is a narcissist. We know that is a thing out there. So, and if you think about it in those lights, anything he says or does with any of his wives, like when he stood in Christine's thing and talked about in vitro while she was there, it isn't about the person he's talking about. It's about what he can get out of it, because that's how narcissism is in his mind. But he's sitting there thinking with her, because as she knows that she also doesn't want to be hurt again. Exactly. Because when she says, what's the point? He stopped there. He stopped dead. He never tried to say, but honey, this could be good for you. Maybe it'll help you feel, but he stopped immediately. And that was it. It was like, okay.
You look at the little things, you know, you see Meri driving around in her Chrysler Sebring convertible. Like, she has a nice car, right? And it's like the stuff that Paedon said, like, it's all true. Like, if you look at the little things, I'm a guy. I'm a car guy. I have a convertible. I've always had a convertible. And I look at things, and you have Meri driving like this Chrysler Sebring, nice convertible, right? And Paedon had said that, you know, Meri was always the favorite wife. She, you know, and you can see that Meri's driving this Chrysler Sebring convertible, and then you have fucking Janelle in this like baby shit brown Toyota 88 Toyota Cressida with the window duct taped up. It showed you like,
well, she can't fit her kids in that Sebring, you know, and she's about money. She's like, I can get by with this garbage car. I can get by. You know, Janelle's not a taker. Is Meri a taker? I don't know. Cody sure is. Anyway, the conversation didn't go well.
So Meri said, like, no, like you said, like, you know, it's not, there's no point, and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flip the page.
Next episode.
They had a great fun. They had a great time in Mexico, so that was wonderful. So episode 6, it's, you know, Robin's upcoming wedding, and then there's a very big telling thing right now. You know, Christine does not want to hear. Christine, and you could tell like that Christine was like really never right with any of this to begin with.
What are we talking about? We're talking about the schedule for Cody's time?
Yes.
Okay.
Where you're on the couch and, you know, Christine's saying like, well, you're just engaged, so you don't deserve the time that we get with him, which Meri agreed with, but Janelle was on Robin's side. So you see, like, you see like the first, like, you know, rift.
Oh, don't.
What
Get
is
me out of
that?
there. That's me.
Hold on. Oh God. Wait. Wait. Hold on.
Okay, perfect. That's for later. I was preparing my diorama. Okay. I gotta mute this. Carry on.
Wait, so it's well, you have
I didn't
so
mean to
like they're all on the couch, right? And you could tell that Christine's mad that Robin's getting the same amount of that time that Kody gets with them, and Christine's like, you're not married yet, for the same reason why Christine was mad that Robin and him kissed, because according to Christine, you don't kiss you don't kiss a married man. So Christine was upset about Robin getting equal time with Kody, which she should have been. I agree with. And Meri, I was surprised to see Meri defend Christine. And Janelle was like, no, I don't care. Janelle's like, as long as my windows are duct taped and the money is in my account. Then it's fine.
You're so stupid. I love you.
Why is no one talking? Come on, save me. But Janelle, with her duct tape windows, it didn't matter.
I apologize.
Like, no, I got the 88 Toyota Cressida. The windows are duct taped. The heat stays in the car. We're good. So Janelle didn't care. And you could tell, at that point, Janelle really wanted less time with Kody. She was like, yeah, Robin, take all the goddamn days. Take them all. Take all the days. The less I have to spend with Kody, the better. But Christine and Meri were like, no, we agree. Robin should not be spending time with him. Stop laughing, you asshole.
One of the things that Janelle said that I thought was interesting is that she saw being engaged no different than being married. So that when it came to the whole kissing thing, that she wasn't really that upset about it. I mean, well, she kind of went back on that a little bit towards the end of that, but she said, well, it's not, I mean, it's no different. I mean, I see him as no different with engagement and marriage. And
Right.
Christine's like, not having any of that. She's like, no, there's a difference, because that's her mindset. Her thought process is different than Janelle's. And then as far as the equal time, like John was saying, that it was surprising. And I kind of perked up for that when Meri was defending Christine over the whole Robin shouldn't get equal time. She doesn't think it's fair either. And I thought that was interesting in hearing Meri say that. But I don't.
No,
they were.
It is interesting because I feel like Janelle listens to other people's opinions a lot of times, and then she'll decide afterwards. Because I don't think she cares. I think she felt like it was important to give her the extra time to develop that relationship to make sure that the courtship would work, basically. So it's she's just understanding, I think. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Janelle is a lesbian. So
Wait, isn't or is?
Is.
Wait, what, huh?
I feel like she's a lesbian, but that she wanted the family. And so she joined this polygamous
Janelle's
situation.
a lesbian, but she had 6 kids with Kody.
Yes, I don't see the issue here.
I know lots of women.
Well, lesbians generally don't like dick inside them. So
Again, what does that have to do with having children? You don't have to like it.
But you're talking. You think Janelle's a lesbian, but
That's it's my personal opinion. I'm not putting it out there as fact. I'm just saying I think she only wants a certain amount of time with him. I don't think she needs she doesn't have that jealousy.
I don't think that she's a lesbian because of it.
I think she's a little bit. She could be, if bi was in the middle and you got straight and lesbian, let's put lesbian over here. I think she's on this side of bi.
I know several. I know women who have
That don't make me straight.
had children, been in marriages, had their children, and then
Why does it keep
figured
jumping
out
up there?
later on that they actually have always been lesbian. And that's a whole, so that does happen. I mean, having kids doesn't make one not or whatever.
God.
There are people who are absolutely 100% no, but I just want to put that out there.
I can't do this. Try though I may. I have my phone muted, but as soon as I open up StreamYard, it says, no, you're not muted. Shush. I'm just going to mute myself. I just want to show my diagram.
Well, Maria, there are people that agree with you about Janelle being a lesbian. So I, Janelle went against the grain and married, her, like she said, her family, she had like no wedding because her family was not happy that she married into a polygamous lifestyle. Again, like wouldn't you just want to be like, hi, I'm a big old butch and I'm not going to marry anybody? Like, wouldn't that be like the ultimate fuck you?
She's a religious person.
I'm sorry,
you have to remember, yes, like Maria just said, she was born and bred in a religion that is against that. So there's no way in heck she could. Look at how it took Leon to come out and stuff like that, and Gwen and everything. So.
Yep. And none of the male children have yet, and I think that's just a matter of time. Personally,
I think that was alluded to. Yeah, I think that could be something that
I thought it was alluded to as well.
Yes, during a certain interview.
Indeed.
Be honest.
Well, talk about it. Let's be honest. What interview are you referring to?
The Paedon one.
The Paedon one.
He alluded to it.
Did Paedon say on the interview that Janelle was a lesbian?
No.
About the other kids.
Because that didn't ring any bells in my head. Like I remember the Paedon interview, but like
other kids.
He said statistically, with that many children, there's going to be some that are not straight. And
with the children, not the parents.
When?
That's what he was talking. That's what we were talking about.
Who's gay?
Child. I don't even know. This is...
You lost the thread. It's fine. We were on a little side tangent. It's okay.
No, you threw me off when you said you thought Janelle was. You've never said it ever.
I feel like I've alluded to it many times. I've never said it plainly, but I've alluded to it many times. As I've said, I don't
Maria,
think
we're friends. You have never texted me or said, I think Janelle's a lesbian. That you've never said that once to me.
You're
ever,
correct.
like
but I told you over and over again that I don't feel like she needs all of this sexual time with Kody, that she's happy with the relationship the way it is because she doesn't need that. She doesn't need it because she isn't into it.
Don't like sex, like that don't need it.
Plenty
of
people
lesbian.
That is true.
Correct. She could be ace. You're right. She could be ace. Absolutely. She could be any number of things. But I'm just saying
she's self-sufficient. She's self-sufficient. That's
Oh, sweet Jesus, help us. I think we need to take a real quick to get through the rest of this live. I don't know what's happening. Woo! And I'm talking about other bloggers about stuff they say, and here we are talking about Janelle being a lesbian. I'm
not saying that's factual. Sexuality exists on a spectrum. I'm just saying, on her spectrum, she doesn't need that level of attention from Kody.
My tendrils just recurled themselves in this conversation.
And there's nothing wrong with it at all.
I didn't be myself.
Okay, where are we now? Okay, wedding planning. So we've started wedding planning. Robin has decided to include all of the other sister wives in the wedding planning so that they can feel, more lovey-dovey or whatever. So they're going in there. What are we doing first? First flowers. Everybody's picking out flowers. Doesn't have to be the same. Whatever bouquet they want. you want to wear a big shoulder harness of flowers or a wrist corsage, whatever makes you feel good. Then we get to my diorama, which is about the cake testing. And since I can't seem to do this the way I want, I will do it. I'll have to put it in front of the screen here. Hold it in front of my face. Shit, it's all falling over.
Hold on. I have the dioramas on my.
Well, this is my diorama. Because this is. Oh, shit, I gotta turn my green screen off. This has been a real chaotic situation for me this evening, and I apologize to everybody.
Wow, you guys are super creative. I want to put these on the screen. Like,
Oh,
my
no, they're
God.
probably gonna be better than mine. Hold on a second. Let me shut my background now. Okay. I'm on the screen. Okay. Let's see. Can we see mine? Oh wait, have I lost somebody? Okay.
No,
Hold
it's
on,
all
they're all
fucked
falling
out.
They're all falling down. They're all various.
It's 'cause
cool
Janelle's a
models.
lesbian. That's why.
Listen, there's Janelle. This is Janelle. She's an allergy relief medication. You got Janelle over here. Well, Christine is also allergy relief medication because I had to. Here's Christine. Not Christine. This is Meri. She is anti-diarrhea.
You made a diorama hidden meetings. Like that's like a dance diorama making like wait,
Oh no! We lost her. Come back.
Janelle done hit that off button.
Janelle just picked up Maria with her ducked up tape or ducked up car and just picked up Maria. So while we're waiting for Maria to come back, this is from Karen. Like guys, so creative. Holy shit. I love this. You guys have to mail this to my house. You do. Everybody, my address is 203. No, it's fine. Please, like everybody knows it. Everybody send these dioramas to my house. I'm giving you the address in my chat right here. I need to see these in person. Because like the amount of thought you put into this was like I'm looking at this stuff right now and I'm like, wow. Like as a teacher, like so proud. Please mail me these. Because oh wait, no, I hit the caps and you got 08751. There we go. That's my address. Please mail me these dioramas, please. I'm begging.
What did I
you.
miss?
No, we're talking about the diorama. So go ahead, Maria.
Where did I freeze? Where did I freeze?
You froze at Janelle.
I froze at Janelle.
Yeah,
Disappointing.
You
I
didn't
did a
freeze.
whole
You actually
skit.
left.
Annoying. Okay, so what I say? Oh, Janelle's allergy relief. And
So
we got...
can we see Janelle's face there right now? Oh, okay, so that's Janelle.
Let's see. Christine was also allergy relief because I just had two of those.
So Christine's happy. Janelle's like, wordy.
Happy. Yeah, she's all right.
That one.
Okay, and then we got anti-diarrhea. That's Meri, and then we got Robin. She's ibuprofen, so she's a headache, right? And so we're at the. So we're in the cake studio here. I did a pretty good job at it, but we'll get back to that because everybody fell out and I can't hold it up at the same time. So anyway, I'll play the scene for you real quick. Let's see.
Oh, please do.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So we're eating some almond cake, right? And we got almond cake. Christine's like, I love this. This is the best cake ever. And over here we got Meri. She's like, that's the worst taste thing I've ever tasted. It's gross. Ew, ew, ew. Okay. And then we got, Cody. I'll get to Cody, but Cody was pretty excited about that strawberry filled one, right? And apparently so was Robin, right? So anyway, they decide we're going to vote and decide which cake is the best flavor. And okay, everybody, close your eyes, and then we'll raise our hands in the air. Okay, so everybody's eyes are closed. Just imagine they're in my diorama. Eyes are closed, and Cody takes this opportunity to do a little dance. He does a little dance at this point while everybody's eyes are closed, because he's a ding dong. Also, I kind of gave him a clown face because he's a clown. Well, kind of a scarecrow, but you know, he's a clown.
No, but can you put them in the diorama?
And hold them up. This is very hard. Let's see. She was in the middle.
Oh God.
Let's see. She's over here being a bitch. Actually, she was being a bitch over here. She's over here.
So you need like a spice rack to incorporate that too, I see.
That would have been good. No, listen, there's little plates on there and forks, but you know you can't see those. Yeah, no. Wait, gotta give me
She
something.
drew everything in there, John. There's bricks in the back
God.
wall.
Like,
There's
oh my
bricks.
God, Maria. Like,
There's bricks.
Dancing Cody. It's a dancing Cody. Dancing Cody.
I just peed my pants a little bit. Like, and I might have shit myself, which you know I do often. So there you go. I know you know. Oh my God. Okay.
And then to complete the scene, so like Cody's like, you know, with the eyes are closed. Okay, he really wants a strawberry one, and Robin also picked the strawberry one. And then for some reason, Meri kind of throws a little bit of a hissy fit, like, you just picked it because that's the one that he wanted. It's like, it's their wedding. Can't they agree? I mean, what's the problem? Nobody wants. Well, apparently Janelle and Meri wanted carrot cake. Who wants carrot cake? Come on.
Really, at a wedding? Like they
At a
said
wedding.
carrot cake.
Oh.
I'm like,
No.
I would get up and walk. No, I wouldn't.
I
I'd be
would.
like, no, I'm out. Carrot cake for a wedding? No.
Get the strawberry filling. It's the way, Robin and Cody.
I would
want
have
the-
picked the raspberry filling.
Yes.
But like,
Yes.
that was me.
Yes.
I would have picked the raspberry filling because that's a way better cake than strawberry. But I like, but like, yeah. And like, Cody was like, oh, I have 2 votes. And then like, pick me, Robin, which was like what I thought they picked, Christine wanted the almond filling. Christine was like, yes.
Yeah.
And poor Christine to get her way again. So,
Yeah. Also, Meri thought that one was disgusting.
but can we talk about like how like they all went to like the bridal shop to pick out Robin's dress,
Uh-huh.
and then like Cody was like, "Ha, bitches! I picked the dress out before you even went there," and like this was all like a stage act. Like
Yeah.
Oh, poor Christine. Oh, she was just. She
Christine's like, "I gotta get up and beat the shit out of you," like, and she should have. And Robin was like, I told Cody not to do this. It was going to backfire. But like you filmed it on the show. You and in the same breath, they're like, Cody's like, I got a bomb to drop. And I picked out the wedding dress before. And thankfully he did, because like that faux jacket bridal gown that Robin had on that first time. I'm like,
I liked it. I liked
I
it.
thought she had a jacket. I thought it was 2 pieces. I thought she had a wedding dress and a jacket on. I didn't realize until like she turned around it was like 1 piece. So like no, I didn't like that. I thought the one that she did get married on was nice. I don't, I know that they had to like they can't show skin or whatever.
Or whatever.
But but like. Ooh,
But obviously the fakery of it, making them feel like they were part of something that they weren't really a part of, is a problem. But the other part of the problem for Christine in particular, to me, was that Cody said, I not only did I pick it out, but it was like I saw it in my dreams. So this is the bride of your dreams right here. You fucking
but
dreamed her
Robin
up.
took them there to the bridal shop knowing that Cody had already picked out the dress. And this was all for naught. And they were all wasting their time.
Well,
Like,
they were trying
that's
on their
fucked
own
up.
dresses as well, right? They were picking out their own dresses, it looked like.
That's fucked up. They went there
Yeah.
to find her wedding dress, and Robin already had her wedding dress, and it was that is wildly fucked up. I'm sorry.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Dreamed of, or you dreamt of an ugly dress. Why are you dreaming of ugly dresses?
I didn't think it was ugly. I thought a lot of them were lovely.
What was it that Christine said about her own wedding dress?
I hate you, Cody. Die.
I went to
Oh no, I'm
fashion
sorry.
school.
No, Christine said I was the third wife and I didn't want a big wedding because I was marrying into it and like we only had like family and friends there. Janelle said the same thing. Janelle said, Christine didn't have a reception. Janelle also didn't have a reception
Yeah,
because
she said like a dinner or
Janelle's
something.
family like shunned her for
Mhm.
like
In her Toyota.
marrying in her taped up Toyota Cressida.
She
That
wanted
she
the money for her winter.
that she she was shunned. So the only wedding ceremonies that we've seen are him and Meri, the first marriage, and now him and Robin, the last. So Janelle got ousted from a reception. Christine got ousted from the reception, and then here comes Robin. Oh, we're having 200 guests. And make sure there's a carving station and a Venetian hour and meanwhile Christine and Janelle are like, well, fuck me. We didn't get this. Meri got it.
Meri got it.
So fucked up.
Right. No, but I think part of what Christine said also was that she didn't think it was appropriate for her to have a reception because this marriage and family already exists. So
And she was the third wife. And
Yeah.
I understood what Christine was saying. I'm
I
not
did.
going to make a big deal of this. I'm the third wife.
Yeah.
And in general, the third wife is like the low class concubine. Actually, it really is. I'm sorry.
So what's the
Or the peacemaker. I don't know. Not the
No,
wedge.
it's the third. And
I would like to know if they were not doing a show and this was outside of the show, would all of this played out and would Robin have gotten the fanfare she got with this being the fourth wife? I would like to know from other polygamous families who go through this, how do they handle all of those marriages and then the receptions and all that stuff? Do they all equally get the same thing, or do they get what they want, or do they just it looks like they're supposed to dwindle down until nobody gets anything at the end, because that's what Christine seemed like she thought should have happened.
She was the show
irritated.
wasn't on and they weren't filming, that would have never happened. I don't think.
They
That's
probably just
when-
would have went justice of the peace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, or just they
Oh,
would
not
have had a
justice of the peace.
reception. They don't need one. They
I-
don't need one.
They would just went to the temple. They would have just went to the temple and
Got sealed.
exactly.
Well,
No, I know
it depends on if the where they're going was okay with polygamy. You can't just go to any temple and go get.
Oh no, yeah. No, the one
And
for
then
their church. Yeah.
And also with the temple, you can't just walk in. You have to be sealed in order to enter the temple. So that's why most weddings are not shown or whatever, is because it's a very private ceremony and
Yes.
you have to be sealed in order to be inside there. And that's why the receptions, and they make a big deal out of the reception because that's where everybody can go and you don't have to worry about that. So just wanted to put that out there.
But I think the most telling, because we still have part 7 to do, which I think, and all
That
my
was quick.
lives have been running super long lately. I don't know. I think we're having too much fun on all of them, especially the Housewives lives. Our
Well, I
Housewives
mean,
lives
yeah, we
are
were
7 hours long.
almost
So,
at an hour just on the tea. So yeah.
But Christine says some very powerful stuff at the end of she was like, step up, Cody. You can do better. We chose you because you're the man, and we chose you because you're gonna take care of us, and you need to do better. And was that not insane? And Cody didn't know whether to go blind.
He shut down.
He lost 10 tendrils after Christine said that to him. And Christine's saying like, yeah, we picked you, and like I will do better myself, but you need to do better, Kody. You need to like be a man. Like that was very, very telling, I thought.
And that was right after, he had gotten all excited about revealing the bomb, that he had picked out the dress. And then afterwards realizing that he messed up and apologizing to each one of them. And yeah, so that was a rare moment right there to begin with, that he's apologizing to all of them, even though I don't know how genuine it seemed, but that was what sparked her to say that.
His facial expression when she was saying this to him, he went straight down. That thing he did is, I've seen it in narcissists that I know. when you confront a person like that, they shut down. They're like, nope, you're not going to tell me anything. And I never felt he's not going to get anything out of that. She's absolutely right, but he wasn't going to get anything out of that. He was not accepting it. He shut down. And that's what I took out of his reaction. He also does the whole drop the bomb and then apologize later. It's easy. Mm-hmm. It's do the thing and then apologize later on after you've done this big thing and chased Christine off the stage.
The fact is, like, Robin was like a 29, 30-year-old girl, like, that he knew meet. And, he wanted to do anything he could, like, to keep Robin. Like, going to like Robin's house while Christine's in labor with Bully, like, it's just so shitty.
Yes.
It's him, like, even him. Ugh.
That's right.
That's why I'm saying everything he does, it looks like, for the show, it looks like, oh, he's got a heart, he's doing this. But if you really put it all together and look at it as a whole,
which we're doing right now.
Yes, this is.
She's guiding us through it.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
So episode 7, the bachelor party and their wedding, and okay, so it's the last episode of the season, right? Because episode 8 is like the reunion or the tell all or whatever not. So they have the bachelor party. Logan's there. And he has like his straight friends that come. I say straight as because they're like not polygamous. They're like normal monogamous.
Monogamous, yeah.
I use straight in that regard. They come.
And they have a not bachelor party with Logan.
Right.
Where they do, I don't know what they're doing. Who cares?
They play pin the tail on a donkey. Yeah, I don't know what they did there, but that sounds about right.
And then yeah, I guess Robin's having a bridal party that we don't see. All we see is her Cody survival kits that included celery and salt. So,
because God forbid you put pepper on Cody's eggs,
right?
You'll get shunned real quick.
Yep, Christine will teach you the right way. She's the only one that makes breakfast besides Logan.
I know.
And then wedding. And then boom, we're in the wedding.
And what the fuck did I write here? These girls are my best friends. Oh, Meri's saying these girls are my best friends. And I'm doing math problems. But then you see, sorry, I was doing math afterwards because somebody called me for help because I'm a teacher. But what do we think about like the wedding? And Robin was saying like she was so happy that her family came, but like they didn't want to be on camera, but they were all in attendance in some like regard. And then they present Robin with the $4.99 clatter ring that they got from the Cracker Jack box from the jewelry store. And sobbing Robin cries again, and oh my God, the clatter ring.
She always cries.
Robin had picked out, awfully. They wanted the family picture, mm-hmm. So Robin had 2 dresses.
Right.
She's Mariah Carey. And
well, I think Meri said, I would like a family picture where you're not wearing your wedding dress. So it's an actual family picture and not a wedding picture.
But Robin said, but that was specially made for me.
Well,
That
she
was
said
not
that
that was not off the rack.
She said that it was specially made to match everybody else's dresses, but yet Meri was wearing blue, Janelle was wearing brown. I forgot what color Christine was wearing, but no, that did not match any of your bridesmaids' dresses. Sorry, but no.
Well, yeah, they all had different colors on. It was like it started off brown, and then
It
we
looked
went
like
to purples
more
and
like-
lavenders.
Like out there
Because
starting a garden.
when you want to like portray love, use green beige. You know, because
It was brown.
It was like Dookie Brown.
like burnt sienna. And that's how you bring a show full fucking circle
There you
right
go.
there.
There
Burnt
you go.
sienna. Right there.
Ah.
So they had the burnt sienna dresses, which was cool. You know, the kids were locking Robin out of her car.
That was chaos. Her trying to get from the religious ceremony, and then went home, and then getting to the reception.
Meanwhile,
chaos.
they were getting manis and petties.
Right? Everybody else is getting all dialed up, and she's over here trying to manage her children because she forgot to
running
ask for
around
help.
from house to house and child to child to like figure out what's going on, and like that's the bride.
And you can tell Brianna was a terror when she was small. You can tell that she liked to get into a lot of trouble. I'm sure she was fun, but man, you see locking the doors on the van. Oh my goodness. Chaos.
Yeah, and like great wedding. You see like Meri fixing Cody, his bow tie before they go out, and like
his clip on.
You could see like Cody and Meri wanted to fuck right there. I'm sorry, you could see like in their eyes, like Meri was like, I wish that you were married me right now.
Yeah,
she wanted to like
I wish I was getting married.
she wanted to jump them bones
again.
She wanted to get them tendrils like all up in her. She wanted these like in all her nasty parts.
Oh,
Meri did.
Thank you.
But and it like we're all jaded from watching this show now, like for what, like 17 seasons, like since and like, but like I forgot how Cody and Meri genuinely loved each other, like and like
They
to
loved
say what
each other
Paedon
then.
said,
Yeah.
going back on the Paedon interview,
They really did.
Paedon said like Meri was the favorite wife and the best, and it all makes sense now watching this.
No, it does seem like she's more favored for sure than Christine or Janelle. It's weird for me because if you listen to Toxicity, they're saying that cheating had already happened. Meri had already cheated before the show started, but you need to have 3 wives.
It wasn't a
lesbian.
No, it wasn't a lesbian from Oklahoma the first time.
No, that's all a fake. Allegedly, that's just not even real. It
wasn't Jackie. It was
it was the real Sam. There was a real person before that. Allegedly,
Sam and Jackie are like the same person.
No, I'm saying there's a separate person whose name is really Sam, who really exists, who's a man in polygamy, who's possibly trafficking children.
Oh,
Wonderful.
That are great. That's awesome.
He was recently taken into custody, by the way.
Abby, tell us, the law and crime professional. Tell us, where'd Maria go? Wait, where'd Maria go? Oh, wait, no. There you are. Sorry, Maria.
Weird.
Hi, I'm here. I'm not trafficking. I'm here.
Addie, tell us.
His name was you said it.
Wait,
Sam.
wait, I have a banner.
Is it Sam Bateman? That's who.
Yes. Yeah. He was caught. They found several young girls or young persons in was it a moving van or no? Yeah, it was a
trailer.
Trailer, and they were the windows and everything were all blocked up, and it was a mess. They brought the girls out and talked to them and stuff, and all they wanted to do was protect him and it was really hard to watch. But that guy is connected, supposedly, not allegedly, with this. But I don't know.
Allegedly. Correct. Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
toxicity thing is putting out there, is that before the show even started, this thing really happened. But because of the show, they needed to have at least three brides, and that's also why Robin was brought in, kind of to replace Meri, because that relationship was always going to fall apart because it was already she had already cheated.
They love each other so much. I can't, like, I really.
Which is why I was talking about the whole thing when she said the point. This is why I was saying all this, because there's stuff that was happening before the show was put on that was not known then, and then we have all this going, and I think that they had problems already then, and this was all for the show, and that's why we're at where we're at in season 17. So, but
it is hard to reconcile, because you do see some affection between the two of them. It's not like later on when he is not, when he's like, this is a betrayal, I'm done, because loyalty is a very big deal to him, over the course of time. So it does make me question that the Sam thing happened before the show started, if it was real at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either, because I agree. I mean, John, I do see what you're saying. There is affection between them.
Yeah, like
it was cute scenes.
Yeah.
But wow, that's also wild, and I would believe it, because Jesus Christ, this family, like, I don't even know anymore, honestly. All I know is that Janelle had, like, 88 Cressida with, like, a rolled up window that was duct taped, and Toyota Camry that was like, and wow.
She drives a Lexus.
So, like, let me show the dioramas before we, like.
Oh yeah, let's see the dioramas.
That's like, okay, so this is from Karen, which I love. Okay, so I'll go full screen on this one. Hold on. Solo. Oh, it's too much of me. Okay, so Coyote Pass that never came to pass.
Old Maid. Oh my gosh, these are like Garbage Pail Kids
yes,
cards.
That's cute. I want to make a video of all these.
Fuck this, we out. Ooh, look at, they got Cody on a little boat. It's like memes.
I love this.
I love the car.
A plus. I love this. Hold on, I have more. Hold on. Okay, this is Susie B. This is her diorama.
Oh, it's the wedding.
Claymation on this shit. So this is like a Pixar movie, like right now. Like Susie B put like the time into this shit. This is like Frozen, the Cody Brown story, Salt Lake City edition, Flagstaff.
Is this when the ring when Meri gives Robin the Clowder ring? Is that what's happening here? So
this
cute.
is amazing. Like I love this. This is from Susie B. A++++++. I think that's all I got, really. I don't think anybody else sent me anything. Let me check real quick. Everybody who did not submit shit. I'm still by myself. Hold on. There we go. Anybody who did not send a diorama got an F++. F minus, I should say.
Oh no.
I'll always be that student.
And please,
I'll send my dirty ones later.
Please mail me these dioramas. Like, I want to like do a thing with it. And Maria, you too. With like, I don't know, we'll empty out your bottle, your the diarrhea pills. Whatever you need.
That one.
Make sure that like you empty the bottles. So I can like,
We send
I
drugs
don't
through
want
the
to do
mail?
without your medication. Susie B, that was one. Susie B, you should work for Pixar. Susie B, like there you go. Like you should be like working for Disney in some regard, because like your claymation diorama is like very like next level. What?
Susie B says Meri has pliers and a
Let me bring
tooth.
up Susie
Wait,
B's
let me
thing
bring
again.
it back. Now I know what's happening. We're standing in line to get our teeth removed.
That's Susie B's again. That's Susie B's. Like she made like from like this is like work. Like Susie B is like the type of student like who excels so much like she breaks like the learning curve for everybody else. Like like when like, you give a teach.
I'm sorry, mine moves. Look at I got a dancing Cody here.
Y'all have to mail this to me so I could see it. Like, but like this is like it's crazy. Oh, I see it. You can't see it like this. Hold on. Let me see if I could save this a different way so you can see it. See, more save. Okay, so photos. Hold on. Okay. Is that what you're talking about, Meri? Right there?
Oh, look at the tooth. It's like a little Lego.
Like that's hard work right there. Like, and not like you
Mary's
just
the
got
tooth
fourth
fairy.
grade. I'm just saying, like you get like I would say like in my reporting, Susie B is a great student who's attentive in class and knows when to speak and so
She's a
creative. And I wish her well moving forward into the 5th grade. That's what I would say in my report for her as a teacher. But I'm,
Look at how cute. Look, I put the little mole on her, the little mole
wait,
over her.
Susie B, who's this? What is this?
That must be Gwen. Gwen's like, nah.
But like
For all the other
they're
kids.
creative like in their different ways. Like Maria used like diarrhea pills and
I don't even think there's any
acetaminophen to show which
allergy
people are
related.
just awful. Oh my god!
Like, I can even tell who's who. I know exactly who I drew. Look at that. It's Meri.
Anybody else? Did I miss it? Please send these to my house, Maria. Again, make sure you empty the pills out. I don't want to get in trouble for cross country drug smuggling. But these are amazing, and I love the creativity that you guys have, and you guys are my people. I love you all so much. I really do. I'm so grateful to have you guys in my life, and you could laugh at what I'm talking about, and so we have homework. Right? Professor Yates.
He's like, I ain't doing this one either.
No, Lori. So I think so. Let me check before I assign this. The next episode is a tell-all, right? Or the weird review, right? Sister Wives.
What about something easy like haikus?
Haikus are not easy, but okay.
Once you learn the pattern.
If you want to do haikus, that's fine. So if you don't know what a haiku is, it's a poem where you have 7 syllables, 5 syllables, then 7 syllables.
Right. Let's make sure, but I think that's correct. Haiku.
757.
That sounds right. Oh, 575. The other way around.
Close enough.
Yep.
So
you did a dyslexia thing like I do.
it's been a while since I taught. So haiku, and that's English. I'm a social studies guy. So a haiku has to be 5 syllables the first line. So a syllable, not words. Be careful.
Right.
You don't want to like fuck that up. So a syllable like I like John Yates. Yeah, that's 5 syllables. Then the next sentence would be John Yates sucks, big dick. Haha. That would be like the next syllable, the next line. And then you have to go back to the 5. And then John Yates is my friend. 5 syllables. So to give you a rough draft of what a haiku would sound like, that would be it. So yeah, we'll do haikus. So next week or on Thursday, you have to watch the tell-all from episode 1.
Season
And
1?
Well, get your notebooks out and write this shit down.
Hey. Season
Unless-
1 tell-all.
I will start giving demerits out, and you don't want to demerit because 3 demerits gives you detention, and then like we don't want to go there. We're like we're good people. So for next week, I want you to watch the season 1 tell-all, and then episodes 1 and 2 of season 2.
Goodness gracious.
You have a week to do it. I mean, like, come on. And
1 and 2.
also, I want a haiku and haiku. H. Hi. No, the H is hard. So a haiku about sister wives. So look it up. It's like a little poem in Japanese. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. So tell all from season 1, episodes 1 and 2 of season 2, and a haiku about not current sister wife stuff, a haiku based on what you watch from the first season and the first 2 episodes. I can be a real dick when I want to be, especially as a teacher. So, like, that's it.
Got
I
it.
will say to everybody who did the dioramas, I am very impressed. And, like, you guys went out of your way, Maria, Susie, Karen, to, like, I'm going to post them. I'm going to post them to show, like, take pictures of your haikus, not your haikus, your dioramas. Take pictures of them so I can post them on my account. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the poetry for next week.
Cody dropped a bomb. He picked the wedding dress. Oh, wait, one more. He picked out the wedding dress. He's a giant dick.
Not hard.
And we cannot use that one. That one is
Teach haikus in 5th grade. You guys are all more than capable of like coming up with a haiku, and it's probably easier than making a diorama. So I want to hear all the haikus, and then we'll have a contest, and whoever wins will get a prize. How's that? Okay. Yes. I will give $50 to the person with the best haiku. How's that?
Uh-oh. That's some motivation to bring out a haiku.
woohoo!
Right now, John Yates. I will give $50. I will.
That's fancy.
Yeah,
I thought we were
sure.
just handing out memberships or something.
I will cash app it to you. I will PayPal it to you. Whatever. I will give $50 to the person with the best haiku on this live. I will do it next week on Thursday on this live. Whoever has the best haiku will win $50.
And they should send them to your John Yates 327 TV.
I don't want to get inundated with shit. Hold on. We will figure it out.
Wait, John, pause it.
Hold on. Cody wants to work with me.
Uh-oh. A word. I mean, that's a big prize. Also. Almond cake's gross. I agree.
Okay, Cody,
You with
this will be for members only, so you have to be a member to
Oh,
win the
I
50
can't
bucks.
play? That's not fair.
You have to be a member to win the 50 bucks.
I'm a member now.
So,
Okay.
like that, but like next week on Thursday, I'll give 50 bucks to whichever member has the best haiku. And like, can I exclude you guys as panelists?
Oh yes.
Of course.
Okay, I don't want people
5,
thinking
7,
like
5.
so.
I can't be
Maria-
Thank you. Yes.
all my panelists are disqualified from playing. I want this to be fair. So all my panelists cannot do the haiku.
Thank you.
Okay,
I mean,
so it would be just for members. So that means Maria, Addie, Brooklyn, Wicked, not Teddy Mellencamp.
Oh my
Aaron,
god, I got it.
None of you
I already
guys
won.
are. I want this to be for like people like So it's on you guys, members.
Addie, text me. I got the perfect one.
She's not gonna win. She's a panelist.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
Cody, God Almighty.
He's already written a haiku.
I don't do homework.
Yes.
This time next week, I will give the winner. You have to be a member.
How do they give you? How do they send it to
Can I
you?
cuss?
They could put it in the chat.
Can I
Oh,
cuss?
we're doing chat haikus. Okay.
Chat haikus. I think that's like the fairest way to do it.
So you have to be watching it live.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want 50 bucks, then don't do it. But like, that's on you guys. So whichever member, we will do the haiku chat on Thursday. It's 10 till Thursdays. So on Thursday, that's like, and then we'll do like we'll do something every week. Like, we're like, because I like the engagement. I like the people, Maria and Susie and Karen, and I hope I didn't miss any dioramas. I really hope I didn't.
If you don't, just send them to John, and we'll, he'll certainly throw them up in
And
the
I'll
stories
post
either
some.
way.
Yes. Anybody made them, we can always get them, and then we can put
Yeah.
them together. I would love to make a little video out of them. That'd be cute.
But I will give 50 bucks. I will cash app it to you, or whichever way possible. And then for the best haiku, have to be a member, and you can't be employees cannot. Be a
So
part.
from now on, I don't have to do homework.
So I guess so employees are like
I'll still do it. I
not
can't help myself.
not eligible, right, for this. So and that's how we're gonna play it. So think about it. It's 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. You have till next Thursday to come up with like the best haiku there is, and I will give you 50 bucks for it when on this live next week. And I'm excited to see like what you guys think of. Really, and it has to be a Sister Wives haiku that's only from the first season and the first 2 episodes of the second season, which we're covering.
Of what?
And then next week we'll do something else after that.
Yeah.
And I like this. I do. I think this is
Fun.
I don't.
Yeah.
except the employees, like they don't get any out of it, but whatever.
What do you mean? Look, I got like my old sister wives.
Well, you have to mail that to me now.
I'm not going to.
Maria's like, I need my aspirin, so I'm not gonna get this to you. So whatever. But that's it. That's the plan, guys. Thank you so much again. Our lives are running so. At least it's not like just the Housewives live. 3 hours Housewives live. Okay, so.
I mean, we could split this into 2. We could put the first hour as the
Listen,
tea.
as long as like I'm having fun, I don't care about y'all. As long as I'm
There's a logic to what you're saying.
as long as I'm having fun, like I keep it going. Like when I'm not having fun, I'll end it.
I'm not having any fun.
But
With
that's how
Janelle.
this works now. So
She's my lesbian. No,
Janelle.
5,
this is
7,
No, I don't.
it is Janelle. It's Janelle, my lesbian lover, Janelle.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end this live. We're at the 3-hour mark. So I have the 90-day live set up for tomorrow night, which I'm gonna push to Saturday. Okay, so Saturday night we're gonna do 90-day, and maybe
It's just tea, right? 90-day tea.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do like maybe some housewives, and I'm gonna have all my panelists. I'm gonna have it's East meets West.
I thought we were doing.
We're gonna have we're gonna
I'm
have
in the
like,
South.
we're gonna have my Bravo panelists and my TLC panelists together, as one, like, save the world unified song, and that's it. So I will see you guys on Saturday. I love this, and start writing good haikus. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, and you'll be the winner of $50 $50 American.
Just to be clear.
American an American $50.
We're Panamanian or Ecuadorian. It's all the same. It's
And
all American.
there it is. So guys, have a great night. I love you all. Maria and Addie, thank you for this wonderful live. And we'll see you Saturday. So good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye.